Ow, my neck. Fuck. Ow. That hurt.
I heard that.
I'm not the DN at the moment, but I think you should roll for 1d4 damage for that.
Oh, no.
1d4 chiropractor damage.
Oh, let's see what I get.
No,
Where the
disadvantage.
fuck is my D4?
Icarus, let's be she needs to roll at least 4 D100 to figure out the chiropractor bill.
It was a 3.
Granted, when I was taking Taekwondo with my old instructor, because she was a chiropractor, she gave me and my mom adjustments for like $15. She already put me through hell in training. She's like, "No, I'm gonna need to realign your spine. I'm sorry." She was an Olympian. That was pretty cool. And trained by the Grandmaster of the United States representation of Taekwondo. Yeah, that shit was intense.
Oh, Paige, how's the vape treating you?
It's good. It's charging right now. What's that? What's that? Oh, I just unplugged it, so it made my computer beep.
Your computer isn't dealing with that drag.
It's one of those things of like your computer beats and you don't know why. You just go, no, stop, no die. Stop dying.
I'm at the max right now for the coil I have. So I can't make clouds bigger than that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Paige.
Yeah?
You're live.
You're live.
Oh my god, I'm live!
I'll be going live. Not today.
I'm not ready.
Ah! Oh god, we're live for the internet to see.
So, because we just went live, the first thing everyone should know, a mysterious sarcophagus was discovered in the bowels of Notre Dame.
No!
Can we put it back?
No.
An iron-bound
Can we not?
sarcophagus.
Can we not on this Ramadan, Passover, Easter weekend?
Again, it's in Notre Dame, so I'm saying we just put it back.
Put it.
Also, isn't it the 2-year anniversary of Notre Dame catching on fire?
My point stands. I say we just put it back and walk away.
Put
Go explore the
the
rest of France.
coffin back.
They're all.
We need Kirby Black Witch to yell at them because she's like, put it back, put it back. We need.
No, you know what we need? We need Rick O'Connell.
Rick O'Connell. Someone get Brendan Fraser.
No
on the
harm ever
phone.
came from reading a book. That's what you said last time.
Just cue to Brendan Fraser. I'm too old to this. I can't do it a third time, guys. Well, fourth time, guys.
You know, them finding sarcophagus underneath Notre Dame wasn't the scary part. It was bound in iron. It was an iron sarcophagus. I'm
That's
saying,
a no.
Okay.
If I've learned anything, that's a vampire.
it's a vampire.
We have the Kitsune demon rock splitting in Japan and an iron-bound sarcophagus found under Notre Dame. Can we just not fuck with the metaphysical right now?
What?
Hold on, Mitch.
Fuck.
Mitch, got an idea. We take the Kitsune stone demon. We take the iron sarcophagus in France. Undead fight.
Place your bets, place your
on the
bets.
weekend of Werewolf Jesus.
Yeah.
He is whoever wins fights Werewolf Jesus.
I
Look,
can't.
I was
I'm
wrong.
sorry,
Is the
Hannah.
boss
It's
fight.
a full
No.
moon on Easter. Werewolf Jesus.
All proceeds go to Hannah's medical bills. We're gonna break her.
Listen, please, for the love of all that is good and holy, I have had 3 days of emotional breakdowns. I can't take this shit today.
Okay, but Hannah.
I don't want to. I don't
Hannah,
want Werewolf Jesus.
Which has made you break down worse, Werewolf Jesus, or the fact that I thought there was a Bible story where it rained bread?
Okay. Look. Werewolf Jesus is a good joke.
It's a good joke.
The Jesus and the falling bread was just a horrible miscommunication.
Who is raining mana? What is mana? We don't fucking know.
That's literally what it means. Mana means I don't know what it is. It means what is it? I don't know.
Childhood picture Bible. It just looked like fluffy cloud bread.
Oh my god.
So Hala,
Yeah, it was really
Oh.
hot. why God doesn't
Someone pass the
accept
butter.
me. This is why I must deal with the old gods instead. Even they don't accept me.
Conchu accepts you. Don't worry.
Oh my god.
Do we want Khonshu to accept us though? Do we
He's a
really?
millennial
No, he's a
gremlin.
big whiny cryy baby.
Conchu is a millennial
throw
gremlin.
the gun.
What do you think, Wackus Bunkus? Kill him! Break his
No, my-
windpipe!
My favorite is the Kill John Lennon and Steve.
Yeah, John Lennon.
Oh my god. I hope
Welcome to
the
Cheesecake City.
real Khonshu is getting a kick out of the memes. I hope any of the gods who sees their mass media portrayals gets a kick out of the memes.
Or looking at it, why the fuck am I blonde?
Yeah.
Where the fuck is my belly? What?
He looks at Crimson Ward, looks at himself. Looks at Husky Thor from there, like, all right.
Loki,
That's more like it.
Loki looking at Tom Hiddleston. He's a cheeky bastard. I like him.
He's like, you're missing my red hair and my horns, but
But I make
I
an
like it.
exception because you flirted with Owen Wilson.
yes.
Meanwhile, let's be honest, Jesus is looking down at all the horrendous
Yes.
Bible interpretations going,
I gave you all one
Okay,
job.
But I must
Love your
ask.
fucking neighbor.
Would he appreciate Jesus Christ Superstar?
I feel like he's like, yes, you got a number of these things right. And other things he's like,
There were no dance numbers at my
what?
death. He's just like, why are there dance numbers during my death?
Yeah, honestly, like, what the fuck?
Granted, I think the most accurate portrayal, the most accurate detail of Caesar was the fight between Jesus and Judas. Like, you don't see Jesus get angry very often. And, like, that's not portrayed well in the Bible. But the fact that one of his best friends betrayed him and he knew it was going to happen and he hoped he wouldn't do it. But in the end, he did. And he's just like, he's angry. But people don't like talk about Jesus being angry. Jesus got pissed off a lot.
Jesus got so pissed off at the corruption of the church that happened at the time that he flipped tables and made a whip.
So yeah, the man took a whip to the entire
He
bazaar,
tore
was
the
like, "Fuck
place
it, let's go."
He's like, look, I am all for hookers. I am friends with hookers, but not in my house. Don't bring
The thing, like the difference between the Jesus Christ Superstar and the actual Bible version is the fact that in Jesus Christ Superstar, which was actually a very interesting interpretation of it, where they literally turned like, when did this become a whorehouse? Whereas in the Bible is they were selling sacrifices and selling things that were way overpriced, that was not according to the religious law at all. People
No.
were being cheated out of their money, out of their sins being forgiven, of their sacrifices. So Jesus was like,
fuck all this shit.
We just
Stop it.
got a free
Knock it
shot
off.
of Bridget's baby right there.
"Baby."
Yeah, he just walked into frame suddenly. There's baby. Hey, what a man, what a man, what a man. Hey!
Yes.
Wait,
Holy
Twitch, don't take us down, please.
Double cheeked up
Double
on a
cheek.
Friday afternoon.
This is a glorious
Oh,
beard. sir.
look at that cuteness.
Glorious beard.
Oh, fuck you, Kitsune. Hydrate the channel.
Hey.
Tune, stop stealing my plans. I'm still
Next
sitting in the chat. I'm still sitting in the chat.
I
waiting.
literally only had 2 drops of water left in this. Okay, we should get through announcements. Hi, everyone. Anyone who's watching, welcome to Kingdom Chronicles. My name's turned to page 94. Oh, fuck me. I'm getting over Biddy's. Hannah, you can't tease me with a good time. I'm currently getting over being sick. I am here with Aki Obsession, Bard of the Midwest, MN Chief, JM Kitsune, Alpha Hannah 5311, Bridgie Lee, Icarus of Night, and Bryce Estelise. We're here for episode 81 of our 3-year-long campaign. And holy shit, Kitsune has been subscribed for me for 13 months. I will gladly take that Bezos money. Thank you so much. And for episode 81, holy shit, you guys, we're almost at 100 episodes. Didn't know that we would get this far, but here we are.
Show of hands who thought any of us would get this far. Good. No one lied.
Only Nate had hope. Nate was like, yes, I've seen this whole campaign come to fruition.
Yes, I watched it and I learned. Look, did I expect devotion to make it this far? No. Considering I run headlong into combat every fucking time.
Yeah.
No, I did not expect to be the one to live.
Yeah. Kitsune, if you could drop the link like you usually do, thank you so much. That is our master link right there for social justice websites, social medias, shops, the whole shebang. Sarah, what's the latest deal on Society 6?
Oh man. Well, for those of you who don't know, my main job had spring break this week, which means I had time to do things like go to gardens and take 150 photos
Specifically 150 photos.
that I am narrowing down. But in the meantime, there are 4 new pieces up on Society 6 that are available for purchase. I've got my favorites, but please check them out. Lots of really cool blossoms coming in. I'm going to keep updating it. And just a reminder, they've recently added outdoor rugs, if that is something that you would be interested in. Currently, 25% off wall art and office, 20% off of indoor furniture, 15% off of everything else. Check it out.
It's awesome. Bridget's resin shop on Etsy is still currently on vacation, but she's got some new ideas coming your way. In the meantime, check out her Queen Bee merch that is linked in our link tree. You can get t-shirts, hoodies, all that cool stuff, so go support her shop. We have quite a few Twitch streamers here, myself included. You catch me here every Friday, every other Sunday for Lost Mine of Fandelver, every other Thursday for Clone Wars 5e, and every other Monday for Secrets of Pandora, which is run by Hannah over here. Mitch runs Tales of Yggdrasil every Thursday at twitch.tv/mnchiefs_. So make sure you subscribe to him. Kitsune streams every single day, as well as running a Final Fantasy Pathfinder game every Wednesday. So make sure you subscribe to him at twitch.tv/jmkitsune. Bart said he is recently getting into setting up his Twitch, so make sure you follow him at twitch.tv/Bart of the Midwest and check out whatever he will be streaming in the future. Another stream that I am a part of that streams every Tuesday is the Queer Questers. That is every Tuesday at twitch.tv/Ryan the Enchanter. It is an all queer D&D podcast. We are heading into how many sessions are we in? 1 second, I gotta look at my notes. Oh shit, we just had our 20th session. So session 21 will be next Thursday. Make sure to check us out on there. Hannah is an author, so make sure you check her out on Archive of Her Own at Alpha Hannah 5311. She writes the Firebite series. Hannah, you updated that recently, didn't you?
I did. You have about 17 chapters up now of the Firebite stories. And I'm very excited and I'm very proud about it. I'm still writing for this and collecting chapters and all of that. I try to get at least 1 chapter out every week. So please, if you like a good old Marvel superhero, supervillain story, especially one that's enemies to lovers.
She's slowly collecting ideas from us superhero nerds like the Infinity Stones, because we have a superhero chat that we chat in. So you actually see some of our OCs pop up in her story as well. So make sure to read Firebite at Alpha Hannah 5311 on Archive of Our Own.
Also, the links to the story are in my TikTok bio and my Instagram bio. So if you ever want a direct link, go see to my social medias. It'll be in my bios.
All right, last but not least, if you live in the Kansas City area and you're heading to Planet Comic Con 2022, I will be there that Saturday and Sunday. So if you see me on the con floor, feel free to say hello. Anyone have any of their own announcements to drop real quick?
I have a very small one.
Yes.
So you guys know I make crochet stuff in my spare time. I made Percy a tiny fuzzy Enderman, and we put crinkle paper in his head. He has a little cube of dirt.
What have you named this Enderman?
Apparently, Percy said his name is Lil Buddy.
Little buddy.
I want it.
Oh, it's so cute.
And English. So his name is Little Buddy. So when he learns a little bit of English, he'll know that he's a friend.
The disembodied voice of Percy is always adorable.
Yes.
If it is somebody voice of Percy, is adorable.
Oh, hi, hello.
Also, for the record, Icarus, I have that shirt. I have the Hawaiian. I have that same Hawaiian shirt as my grandfather's he gave me.
Also,
Look,
That's really considering where we got it. That's fucking hilarious. Anyway,
Yeah.
so that's my announcement. If anyone here would like one of those, I also have a zombie, skeleton, spider, and creeper in that same style. If you desperately want one, let me know.
okay.
Ender baby. I want an Ender baby.
Do you want? We'll talk. We'll talk.
Also, fair warning
Wait.
to all of y'all. I just recently started reading the Percy Jackson books to prepare for
Okay.
the Disney Plus series. So I apologize if I become an intolerable shit for the next few weeks. I just
Finally,
started
I
seeing
can be
monsters
there.
today.
Good one. I like that one.
I just started
Also-
seeing monsters today. I am team protect Tyson at all costs. I also
Because you're not
recently-
reading it. I hope you can agree with me. Taika Waititi for Poseidon
Yes.
and Pedro for Hades.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes. Yes. I also found out through a quiz that I am an Apollo child.
That makes sense.
Yep. It makes total sense.
No. For later, it'll make way more sense for
Yeah.
our friendship.
No. Yeah. Yep. I am a child of Apollo when it comes to the Percy Jackson universe.
Everyone at home, please find out your demi-child parent thing more than your turf house. It's better.
Yep. Any last minute announcements before we get to the ritual?
Other than where do you take the quiz?
I can send you the quiz I
yeah.
took.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I sent it to my Discord group because they all wanted to take it too.
Hannah's over here like, okay, who am I? Who am I?
I don't know.
Which one of my parents is a god?
Okay, I'm gonna text it to you. Actually, I'm gonna post it in the Gym Kingdom group.
Everybody.
That's a lot of fucking cheesecake. I just noticed that.
It's not enough cheesecake for how much
That
was
is
paid.
Bridget
for record.
saved me a slice.
I love cheesecake. It is one of my favorite desserts. I will
Alright.
only ever eat one piece of cheesecake because after that I'm fucking done.
All right. If that's it for announcements, Hannah. So you had to put up with our werewolf Jesus bullshit shenanigans earlier.
Look, it's a
AKA,
good
do
joke.
you still love us?
Look,
He's trying
it's a
so
good
hard.
joke. It's a great joke, even. But I need you to stop anyway.
For anyone who's wondering, we are majority pagan here.
Yeah.
So
It's
our friends
it's
of
really
the
funny.
our friends of the Abrahamic religions put up with so much shit when it
I
comes to
admit
us
I kind of
pagans.
encourage it.
Like it's just funny that most of the people here are LGBT and I'm the token straight and like the token Christian of the group.
Hey.
And the token arsonist.
Oh, she would
Well,
get along with
the-
that rabbi we saw.
What?
You would get
There's a
along with the
rabbi?
rabbi on TikTok.
TLDR, Rabbi loves blessing things with a blowtorch.
What religion is that, and can I transfer?
Judaism.
Judaism, that is a long fucking process.
But worth it.
I like it. I want to do that. Anyway. Any last announcements?
It's all
No?
you, baby.
Great. Sit down, motherfuckers. Y'all are gorgeous. Have y'all seen your asses today? Damn. Double cheeked up. On a Friday afternoon. That one too. That one too. Y'all are damn gorgeous. And so talented. And capable. And strong. And if anybody tries to tell you otherwise, they gotta answer to me and my lighter. Because I will absolutely burn a house down, bitch. Y'all are amazing and super intelligent and super creative. Why y'all looking at your phones? I'm speaking to you.
Because I'm mentally
I
ill
love
and I can't
you.
maintain eye contact.
I love you guys. Don't let yourself or anybody else tell you that you're not worthy, because you are, okay? You've been made in greatness and shaped in love. So suck it the fuck up, because y'all are amazing. And you just gotta deal with it. And you can't do anything that's gonna make me change my mind. So breathe in the badness, bitches. And out with the insecurity. Because nobody needs that kind of negativity today. In with the baddie. Out with the bullshit. Because y'all deserve it. Okay, love you.
Hannah, I just have one thing to retort to that.
Draw 25, bitch.
Make me. Prolonged
No,
eye
thank you.
contact.
A healthy dose of prolonged.
Prolonged eye contact.
Long eye contact.
It's coughed a lung up. Alright, are we ready to go, y'all?
Mhm.
Are we ready? Without further ado, let us dive into tonight's episode of Kingdom Chronicles. I also learned you cannot blow a vape. I mean, you can blow a vape through a kazoo. I don't recommend it.
Yeah, fair.
Icarus, you have the floor.
All right, good stuff. So previously on Kingdom Chronicles, so many things, so many. I have like 3.5 pages of notes. Anyway, so Zinc and Lathander had a nice little chat. He's okay with the changes that are coming and with his decision. Lathander also gets a little black envelope from a raven. Like while they were having that discussion, he and Zinc also take a minute to chat about, to like go a little bit in more depth about his decision, and Lathander gives him a set of panpipes before sending him back at noon. The sun's highest point, where the sun was hitting just below deck near where the party was. The night before he comes back, the party was getting drunk, as you do when you're on a pirate ship, because why not? And planning the coup that is to come once you guys reach Pendalan. I just love that phrase. Anyway, there's some silly moments between everybody, and especially with a very drunk Sierra getting sneaked water in her drink because Alec is a dad friend. I have decided. Maybe like a crazy uncle friend. I haven't decided fully, but
Yes.
Those drinking are pretty drunk, and they do end up finishing this bottle, which had been stolen by Alec from Callie. They tuck it into Drax's arm where he's passed out in the galley. Sierra draws a lipstick dick on Darren when she gets back to the cabin and passes out. Yes, this happened. Darren had no clue. The next day, Darren, Devotion, and Alec have some weirdly vague and unsettling dreams of running or being chased and hiding, but they can't really remember any details once like it ends. So there's that. Callie falls for the Drax framing with the bottle, kicks his chair, and then sees Alec spying around the door and runs and chases him down. He dodges her kicks and runs into Sierra and Darren's cabin. They're confused and leave him to Callie. He dives out the window and rappels up to the deck. Callie goes up to look for him, but is not able to find him from what I recall. While all that excitement is happening, a couple people go up to breakfast. Darren does a little meditation and checks his mind for any remaining trace of garnet. There's none of the goo remaining there, but he gets a weird sending stone, quote unquote, something the fuck, and doesn't really know what the fuck it is. So he's gonna just sort of tuck that away for later. Alec talks with Isla and gives her something as a ruler's gift, part of a Pendellan custom of his people, then runs off to hide from Callie. Daniel sees the drawing on Darren and loses it, but Darren doesn't really know why, and he doesn't explicitly say at the pointed glances he gets from everyone else. He's just not sure yet. Alec comes in and makes a comment about it, wipes his face and sees the pink, and then Devotion's like, oh yes, by the way, there is indeed, or that was a dick upon mine face.
I got you covered, buddy.
Elliptic. Anyway, so you guys continue to going over the plans and ideas for the coup, and there's some silliness with a Belle and Alec and Drax, and Alex suggests that Isla uses his people's looks as a disguise and reveals his true self to everybody, because drama. She decides to go with a silver fox version, very lovely, very, very elegant, I would say. And sorry, lost my place. And there's some catching up between the party members and with Alec kind of bringing him up to speed as far as like what the sort of a broad strokes of what everybody's gone through so far. Zinc reappears, very pretty, and Sierra goes over and smacks him because she's angry. Darren is quiet, but seems to be okay, happy that Zinc didn't actually die. He's glad to see everyone, and they're all glad he's alive, but kind of mad about like what he did to them by leaving and not saying anything beforehand. He talks to the foxes, quote unquote, and they tell him who they actually are. He explains what he was doing and why he was gone, and then shows him the class change after some more Alex shenanigans is what I have here, but I can't remember what they were. And he cures some of Alex's damage. And he's a full bard now. Isla realizes it too, and I can only imagine the duets that the two of you can say now. Sierra doesn't like the joking attitude that he's got and storms off. Drax advises Z to talk to him about stuff like that in the future. Darren says that he'll chat with her in a moment after she has like a little bit of time to herself. Up on deck, Sierra talks with Callie and vents a little bit about like what's going on, and Callie offers some insights and per par for the course, some harsh advice. And gives her a task to sort of like stay in motion, keep her mind and hands like kind of busy while she processes essentially. Drax takes a minute to talk with Darren, checks in with him and asks him about his any insights to Garnet since he was so close to her literally for so long. Not very heartening, but he shares what he knows from like what was going on. there's a lot of honesty from both sides of this conversation, and they agree to look out for Sierra and Isla if the other dies, and to remove the other if need be, because of Garnet's machinations. I remember that part. And Drax gives him a bead of force. Because of course you did. Wily.
Look, okay.
Darren then goes and finds Sierra, and they talk in their cabin, and there's a nice hug. He shows her the stone he got and wants her to be with him just in case before he decides to use it. And the last shot that we had was a pan in on the stone. As we begin to sort of meditate, we see a purple gleam through the black, and the audience hears a slow, distorted Garnet laugh. That is just a cue for the audience, essentially. So that's essentially where everything was sort of left off. So, so you guys are still there, I think. Okay, cool. So I think we're gonna pick up where we had basically left off, which is with Darren and Sierra trying to figure out the fuck is this thing? The fuck is the stone? It's fucking weird. So yeah. So you guys are still in your cabin. It's just you two. You've already had your discussion. Darren, you've already got Sierra up to speed on how you came to have this weird fucking thing, and that you don't really know what it is. So are you just like sitting cross applesauce and you're gonna just, I don't know, stare at it? What do you plan?
He sits down, he has it in his hands, he closes his eyes, and he meditates on it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Like focusing his energy towards it to see what would happen. Open his mind if need be.
So I think you could make me either either a wisdom check, intelligence check, or an arcana check.
We're just gonna go with wisdom.
That's fair. Like one of those will cover what I think you're trying to do here.
8.
I'm so sorry. Your dice are so mean sometimes.
So good. It's so good.
So I think what it is you're focusing on it, and you're trying to like bring your mind a little bit of calm, trying to, then focus into what you've got in your hand. I think what honestly happens, it's not that you just sort of sit there and stare at it and nothing happens. I think what it is internally you're having this completely reflexive and completely just reaction of like, no, don't, like, you're unknowingly holding yourself back because what if something bad happens, kind of thing. Because it's like, that's connected to all of that brain fuckery, and I just got done with that. So your brains are like, hey, no. No. Brain decided to get to just like
no.
Yeah, brain said no. So you sit there and you stare at it, and you can feel it kind of like warming in your palm. You know that you're trying to concentrate, but it's just like you're just not able to literally wrap your mind around this thing, and it's just not going anywhere. So what do you do?
I think after a moment he just kind of sighs and looks up.
Get anything from it?
No, not yet.
I can't believe I'm suggesting this, but maybe see if Zinc can identify what it is. If he can still do that.
Only one way to find out.
Let's go find out then. I'm still
Alright.
mad at him. But let's go find out. I think mad's a harsh word. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Yeah, let's go find out what the fuck this is.
Before she gets too far, I think he is going to kind of pull her in for a hug, kiss her forehead, and just very quietly whisper to her. The rest of us would have done the exact same thing if they had the choice.
I know, but I'm tired of sudden disappearances.
Dude, look at Sherlock says no one will ever believe you.
Come on.
All right. I follow out.
I believe. Zinc, quick question. Where are you on the ship? Are you still in the galley? Are you up on deck?
1.5 pages of notes, Icarus, and you don't know where to
I don't know. Maybe you went over. Maybe you just.
I'm just
Wow.
kidding. No,
You must be this tall for notes to be kept track of your location.
So Zinc said he was gonna go fly because he was happy to be back and wanted to just get some ocean air after everything. So you probably hear in the distance.
Incredible. Okay. So you guys head on up to the deck, and as you get closer to the deck, you through like that little bit of space that you can see sort of like above deck as you're going up the little stairs, you occasionally see just a little much paler form now of Zinc just and once you get closer to the base of the stairs, you can hear the small wee that's going. So yeah, he's up on deck. He's flying around. Zinc, you're not straying too far from the ship, right?
Oh no, definitely just like up above the crow's nest and then like around the sails and like alongside, maybe like if there's birds I'll fly with them, and then I mean because boats don't really travel like super quickly, like I should be able to keep up with it.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think Critical Role, they did all the math for it, and they're like, it goes 10 miles an hour.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, Zenko looked down and see Sierra and Darren and just sort of like do one last barrel roll before landing. Whew. Hi. I couldn't help but notice you guys were watching me.
Yes. You still able to figure out what things are?
You mean magical things?
Yes.
I don't know. Let me give it a shot.
He'll hold out the stone.
Ooh. All right, hold on. And he's gonna sort of like focus for a second, and he's gonna search his mind because he's trying to translate between how he used to cast spells and how he currently casts spells. And with the spells that he cast earlier, like fly, he just had like a melody sort of come to his mind. And for the spell that he's looking for, which would be identify, it doesn't seem to come through. And so like he just sort of like goes like he's about to play something and then goes and then just like plays all the notes at once. And it's like, no, ooh, no, nope. I guess I can't do that.
It's all right. Wasn't sure, but we'd ask.
Oh, yeah. What do you know what it is? Like where it came from?
It's
Okay.
long story.
It looks like something that would fall off devotion, honestly, but
For all we know, it could be just a normal fucking rock.
yeah. I mean,
I'm not sure. It came from me.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, it seems Garnet left a little parting gift.
Hold on. I'm sensing like I hear like a melody in the back of my mind that allows me to see things for what they truly are, but I don't know if that would be any different. I can try it if you want.
If you think it'll work.
Aaron's just standing there like, sure, do your magic shit.
Okay.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Magic Man.
So you hear he's like, hold on, I have the and all of a sudden his eyes start glowing like this golden sparkly light color. And I cast True Seeing, which allows me to see things as they truly are.
Okay.
So Sierra visibly makes a confused face at all this. She's like, this is a lot to take in. Like, he's whistling to do his magic now.
Well, I'm whistling, but it's me proficiently playing a pan flute. So
he's playing an instrument to do his magic. And Sierra's very fucking
yeah, no,
confused.
I would be super impressed if she was on board because
She's known this gnome for what, 2 to 3 months now. Just always watched him do magic like that, and now he has to play a flute to do it. She's like, what?
It's so strange. Okay. So you cast True Seeing on it, which is essentially like
True Seeing on myself, which allows me to see things as they actually are. So I notice secret doors, I can see into the ethereal plane, and I think that I can see I think the spell also allows me to see invisibility if something is disguising itself as something else, or and that goes out to 120 feet. So like if there's like magic obscuring anything on the ship as well, like if any of the crewmates aren't what they seem to be, or
if Alex is walking by flipping you off, like,
Alex just walks by. Okay, so you cast that. I'm gonna say that just for effect, because you look down at the stone in your hand. It doesn't change. It still looks exactly the same. It's still got this like purplish gleam to the black. It's very dark. It looks like a sending stone, but just a little different and off. Especially because it looks like a piece of onyx, maybe. Not exactly obsidian. It doesn't have quite the same like shiny qualities. It's a little bit closer to onyx, but it's got this purplish tone to it. It doesn't change or shift or anything, and you can still tell that it's definitely magic. And if you just, and as you kind of glance around while you're looking at it, we do see Alec just sort of stroll on by, and as your eyes just go over over him, it's just like human, fox, human.
Fox person.
Which you
Glances
saw
over,
him
sees the glowy eyes, is like, okay, fuck off with that shit.
How many tails do you have?
At the moment, 2.
Okay.
But you can't see, well, everyone can't see them unless I'm in fox form.
Yeah.
Tails. Sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks like well, actually, and he's gonna put it back into Darren's hand, or Sierra, whoever handed the stone over, and he's gonna reach into the bag of holding. He's gonna like squint for a second, and then he's finally got it, and he's gonna hand over 2 sending stones to Darren and say, "These are the ones that we found on the couple on the boat and the doppelganger, I think."
We haven't checked in with that fucker in a while, have we?
Oh, no, we also have one for the rose quartz guy and like someone else. Hold on, I have a whole bunch of these, I think.
I think I have one of the garnet sending stones as well.
Yeah. Do they look similar, DM, or is it more of like a...
So the ones that you have, they look very, very similar to each other. Each one has like a slightly different tint to it. Like the one that you got from Rose Quartz has a pinkish tint to it, which is something that a lot of artisans will do, like depending on where they're from. It's like this is my hometown, but it also makes them a lot easier to tell apart from one another.
Mhm.
Now, one thing all of you will notice, and you don't even have to roll for it because like y'all are literally staring at the things. You will notice that these sending stones have what looks like essentially like a pair of sending stones. One person will have a face that's essentially facing this way and making like it is like that kind of profile of like talking.
Mhm.
And another stone would essentially have the mirror image of the of somebody else talking. Because
Okay.
however, the weird black one that you got, Darren, does not have that on it. It does have something carved into it almost, something that looks like it was created. However, the one that you have specifically looks like the outline of someone's head, like very simple, like just head and shoulders, like a bust. Very simple, but it has a couple of lines in a half circle out from the head in slightly bigger arcs, which is nowhere on any of the sending stones that y'all have, like the proper sending stones.
Mm.
It has the same style of design, if that makes sense. Like if you were looking at these, you're like, oh yeah, these are the same, like from the same artists. So like it gives you the sense that they're from the same kind of family. This one just does something different, if that makes sense.
I guess I can try to destroy it for you if you want, but
Wait,
I wouldn't do that.
You said it was an onyx stone?
It's a very dark stone that looks, the closest you can guess is onyx, because you guys have actually seen that. It doesn't look like obsidian, because obsidian has like a very certain refractivity to it that this just does not have. But it does look like maybe onyx, because that's the darkest stone that you can think of. Although onyx doesn't really have that purple gleam, so it's a little weird.
I'm telepathically linked with Darren right now, right?
Yeah.
You're just gonna hear in your head, in your order, did you all ever have specific stones like these? I just realized this stone kind of almost looks like an onyx.
Can I think of anything, DM?
Roll me history with advantage.
The reason I'm asking that is because the name of the order is Onyx Order.
Yeah, no, understandably.
And when you mentioned Onyx, like, wait a second.
hold on a tick. Zink is just kind of like looking at you both, like not talking and like looking at the stone and just kind of like back and forth. Like,
You said history?
Yeah.
13.
Oof. Sorry, your dice are not being friendly today.
I only have a +1
Yeah.
history on my history shit.
So, from what you recall on your missions, you were never given something like this to communicate with somebody. At most, you would have like essentially kind of a single-use sending stone, where it was intended that like you communicate some either like a drop point or a confirmation of target or something like that with the recipient that you don't know who had it technically. And then you were supposed to get rid of yours by like just tossing it down a well or something, because they didn't ever want it to like link back through like trace evidence essentially. Like, you know, if somebody casts like a specific kind of like magical something, it wouldn't be able to link back to you. But you were never given one that looked like this or had this kind of emblem on it.
Not exactly. Nothing like this. But I don't have all my memories, do I?
It's true. We should probably start talking out loud so Zink stops looking at us weird. And
That was really quiet. I couldn't hear you. What?
Sorry. And Sierra just goes, we should probably start talking out loud now so Zink doesn't look at us weird. Because she's still talking to you telepathically.
Yeah, he's turning the stone over in his hands, trying to see if he sees anything else on it while this conversation is happening.
Yeah.
Maybe we can find someone ashore who can try and identify it.
Are you still talking telepathically?
No, I'm talking out loud now.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I thought devotion could identify stuff. Am I wrong? Is that?
I'm not the one to ask that.
Arcane magic is very different from divine magic.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
There's a limit of what we can do.
I mean, yeah, it's this is I'm still getting used to this because I don't even know what type of magic this is anymore, but it's cool.
You're still wielding arcane magic.
Oh, interesting.
Just
I feel like
a more performative version of I don't know. All I know is my mother and my brother learn their spells from books.
Yeah. This is it's weird. It's kind of like when you're in a sunbeam and you feel really warm as the sun hits your face. It's kind of like that, but like deep inside me. And some of the magic I think I have is like I was able to cure somebody earlier. So I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, totally worth it. Does anyone else want to go flying with me?
Not currently.
I'm all right, thank you.
Oh, okay. I'll see if Alec wants to. But let me know if you need anything else.
I
Thank
think
you.
I'll check with Callie, see how much longer till we reach shore.
Okay.
And Zara walks off.
Yeah, Zink also walks off towards Alec.
But I left poor David just standing there staring at the stone.
Alec, do you want to go flying?
First of all, is
I-
Sarah being like disturbed by an unseen rogue? Because you kept looking left and right. Were you being disturbed by a rogue?
No, Darren's been
Okay.
abandoned in the middle of the deck with a stone in his hand.
He's just like standing there, and then Sierra comes back from out of frame, grabs him, and yanks him off screen. Like, come on.
The boot starts
I think
spinning
he
in the
actually
air.
probably would have walked towards just the edge of the boat and is just kind of fiddling with the stone.
But no, as Zink asks, you hear a very distinct, "What the fuck do you mean?"
Like this, and he's just gonna just like start flying like off of the deck of the ship.
Alec has like shit for magic knowledge, so he's gonna like jump back in absolute panic, like, what the fuck?
It's really fun. It's liberating. You get to like sort of float in the air and fly around.
Hold on, do I actually have it on me still? Fuck it. Out of just like panic and just not comprehending magic at all, Alec's gonna grab a nearby rope and try to lasso Zinc down like a leash, thinking he's like possessed or like not okay.
Be a deck save. And Zinc, you also make me a deck save. So Alec, you have to beat the DC that Zinc will set with his save to
So I'm doing a save.
lasso. Yes, you're both making saves, but Zinc save is going to set your DC.
That was almost a 1. Holy shit.
Oh,
I got a 28.
I got a how did you go from almost 1 to 28?
The natural was a 19. I have a plus 9 for my deck save.
Yeah, 20. So wait, are you just lassoing Zinc? Or are you like also pulling him to the
I'm grabbing one of those ropes that are tied to the mast and grabbing one and just lassoing you, so that way you are tied to the mast and you can't go anywhere. Like you can only go as far as the rope will extend, and it's I think like a 50-foot rope.
Zinc is gonna do cartwheels, just excitedly flying / using the rope as like just in addition to the chaos. Whee! See, it's fun. I'm practically weightless.
Callie doesn't pay me enough for this shit. Callie does not pay me enough for this shit. Speaking of,
I'm not gonna cast it on you if you don't want me to.
Oh no, it's more the idea that when I first met you, you were weird
and blue,
and I thought you were kind of annoying.
Mm-hmm. And you were right.
Nothing's changed, but now you just can fly. That makes it concerning.
And I'm not blue anymore. How come no one keeps? I mean,
you're
a foot shorter.
Wait, I want to make sure I'm accurate for something.
A little blue.
You still have blue hair.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You're
You can
not
keep flying. Keep flying and doing tricks for him while I actually find something.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have known he's blue. Volpines don't see red green.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like
wait,
yeah, it's just a grayish coloring.
No, you see blue.
I would depending on the shade of blue. If it's closer to green, I wouldn't know what it is.
He was cerulean was the descriptor in the book, which is a pretty pure blue.
Okay, yeah, then yeah, I would have understood that was blue.
And now he's like
now he looks like
pale.
Paler blue, like more like the edge of sky blue.
Oh, okay,
like very a horizon sky blue. At least that was always my thought.
Okay, no, I wasn't sure what shade of
Sutha's
blue.
just gray to him.
Yeah.
Aww, Sutha.
Technically, it also means I think Isla's hair is like a shade of gray too.
And Devotion's a weird kind of gray.
Isla's
a lot of
hair
people are
is
different shades.
Silver purple.
Oh, is it silver purple?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Devotion's gray though.
Yeah,
I'm just seeing a walking suit of armor.
So if Zinc can't convince Alec, that's fine. But he's gonna go to try to find Sutha.
He's still tied to the mast.
Oh yeah, I know, but I can just like cut myself free.
He has many daggers stashed away.
Not as many as before, but definitely still at least a handful.
But no, Alec walks off to go find Callie, muttering like, "I am too sober for any of this."
Well, whose fault is that?
Zinc, she keeps with the good shit.
Yeah, Zinc's gonna either untie, excuse me, or cut the rope, and then try to find Sutha.
Fair enough. Sutha, where would you be?
She's muting the TV.
I feel that.
Yeah.
So I had to leave early last time. I don't really know where Sutha would have gone by then.
Okay. Gosh, I don't super remember either. Honestly, after Zinc came back, I don't know if she would have already just been on deck, like just kind of watching to be like, don't disappear again, you motherfucker. Or I don't know if she would have potentially maybe gone to her room to kind of like recalibrate now that he's appeared and he's okay. What do you think?
I think, yeah, she would have been in her room.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, like, basically, Zinc disappeared and didn't let any of us know where he was.
Yeah, he was gone for about a full day.
All right.
That magic display of stuff that like was helpful with what was going on with Darren, but because it was a spur of the moment thing, he didn't have time to communicate it to everybody before just bye.
Gotcha. All right.
When Sierra did the sending to him.
All right.
So yeah, he then like appeared at noon, which was like in game maybe a couple of hours ago. And so you probably know he's back because I'm guessing that you were probably like in the galley with everybody for lunch when that happened. But I don't know for sure if she would have like immediately gone to her room after he did appear or what. So that's up to you.
Gotcha. Zinc about to get smacked.
Again.
Start the Zinc smack counter.
Again?
Again.
That's two already.
You didn't say goodbye, and you're her bestie, and how dare you?
But I saved Darren, and I'm still here, and I'm not as blue anymore, and my eyes are both the same color now, and I'm short again. And
She gives you like the biggest, saddest, like anime crying eyes you've ever seen.
Don't you give me those eyes.
And what if something happened to you?
Don't you give me those subsequent eyes.
And what if something happened to you?
Well, at least we'd have Darren back. And I wasn't trying to like get away from you guys. I just, you were yelling up to the gangplank that, shit was getting serious with Darren, and I acted in the heat of the moment, and Lathander was cool enough to like listen. Praise be unto him, or whatever religious people say. No offense.
Sutha's gonna drag you in for one of her infamous bear hugs.
I said no offense. Okay.
And infamous bear hug happens, and you just hear her whisper, "I would have lost my favorite person."
Zinc is just gonna return the hug as tightly as a tiny gnome can possibly.
Hug a giant bear person.
Yep. Well, don't worry, because now I have Healy Boy powers. And I think they're pretty cool too. I'm not entirely sure, but I kind of feel like I could like bring someone back from the dead, or get rid of some bad stuff.
All right. We can go kill some mice in the cellar area. We can see if we can bring them back to life. But I swear on anything and everything, if you do this again, that bear hug will cost you your back.
Okay. Deal.
And it will not get healed because I'll just do it again.
It's okay. I wouldn't do it again. Unless it was to save like you or Tiara or.
No,
Yeah.
you're not allowed to do it again.
I mean, I can't anyway.
No, you're not allowed to do it again.
Okay.
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 So you want to go flying?
Yes.
Yeah. What?
Adorable.
Oh my god. Zink is Sutha's favorite person. I can't. That is so fucking adorable.
It's so cute.
Oh, Jeebus. That's adorable.
So yeah, Zink grabs Sutha's hand, pulls Sutha, well, like gently guides Sutha up the stairs and casts fly. And we both can fly for 10 minutes.
Adorable. Zoom in, fly. Actually,
Would it work through water, or does it only work like above? Does it only work in like air?
you know, I mean, it just says you have a fly speed. So,
Mhm.
and some birds will dive down and then come back up. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
I'm gonna say, yeah, it's magical flight. I'm gonna say that it going through water will reduce your speed by half, but you'll be able to fly through it and come out the other side and then continue flying. Because you know, water has a lot more resistance than air.
yeah, but half of 60 is 30, so that's faster than we
yeah,
would
no,
normally
exactly,
swim.
but it's still half.
Yeah. That's good.
But yeah, so if you want, you can technically like dive down under the ship, avoid all the barnacles so you don't end up like Drax and then come back up the other side.
Ooh, yeah. If you dive into the water, Zink is definitely gonna do the same thing, but like cannonball style.
I will say there's like a pack of not a pack, sorry, a
Swarm, a fish, a school, if you will.
A pod?
that's the fucking word. I was like, that's the word. Oh god, my brain's not working, y'all. Just FYI.
It's all good. I feel it.
There's a school of just it's a whole bunch of fucking herring. Honestly, I don't know if either of you know what a herring is in game, but it's just like a school of like silvery little herring that are just kind of following the ship.
Shiny.
Just going, and then you like dive down and they all like scatter. But yeah, legit question, think about how high up do you go, do either of you go when you head back up?
Zink is probably gonna try to like dive from like the top of the ship.
Like dive into the water, or
Yeah, but not like, I mean, without inertia. So like, you know, because like it's a controlled speed.
yeah,
So yeah, he's just gonna try to like go up, look around, kind of spin around in the air, and then like just gently fall, swan dive, and like
swan dive so gently you don't even make a fucking splash.
yeah.
Incredible. Yeah, no, you could definitely do that. That's no problem at all.
I'm definitely spitting water at Alec if he flies over Alec.
Alec, are you on deck?
Hold on, where's Callie?
Probably on deck.
Then I'm next to Callie. If
So yeah,
Zink's
Callie,
that bold.
you're also witnessing all of these shenanigans.
Mhm.
That means Sierra is next to y'all too, because she was gonna talk to Callie.
Fair
And that
enough.
means David's there too.
All four of us are just like, oh no.
Oh,
And
no.
Sutha and Zink are just having the time of their life.
Yeah, honestly. Incredible. So yeah, so I think we'll do that like as Zink flies over and goes "Bleh," and spits some water out. It's very salty, of course, because it's ocean water.
Mhm.
Alec, unfortunately, you do get it like just right across the chest. He wasn't able to aim quite that well, but it's a splishy splashy. And as it kind of dribbles down, I'm guessing Callie probably laughs as Sierra is able to finally like start up the conversation.
Okay, that just happened.
Behind Sierra, like the fur starts to bristle.
So, anyway, how much longer until we are reaching Pendalen?
Well,
So it should be about 3 more days sailing. The whale was weird and kind of fucked up y'all's trajectory a little bit. So you're coming in from a slightly different path, still on the trade route. So like it's not that big a deal, but it did put some weirdness in the route. But it should be about, you guys should arrive like near the end of the third day from now.
Well, the whale kind of fucked up my plans, but it looks like 3 more days if we're lucky.
Great. Good. So, 3 more days with... Yeah, good.
As you said.
Sorry, we just ended up finding a little something weird, and Zink's not able to identify what it is. I'm hoping to find someone on shore who can.
The fuck are you bringing onto my ship now, Cuttlefish?
It's not my fault. Certainly not his fault. And she motions to Darren. Let's just say bitch possessing him left a little parting gift, and we have no idea what the fuck it is.
Is it explosive?
As far as we
Is
know,
it going to wipe us all out?
as far as I know, no.
Then I don't want to know anymore.
Good. I'm
Right.
I'm
Look over at Alec. What?
I'm surprised you're not blaming me for any of this.
I'll get you back. Just wait.
And I'm gonna loop my arm through Darren's while she's distracted and walk away.
All right. Real quick though, up on deck, there's a quick call out from the crow's nest that everyone on deck is clearly able to hear. Of a call of, hey, Captain, there's a mountain.
What?
I could be losing my mind. I saw a small man flying today.
I'm gonna climb up.
Did we just
So
hear mountain?
I'm gonna head to the bow of the ship to see what I can
Yeah,
see.
I'm following Sierra.
Whee! So you guys can see like this tiny triangle that's growing a little bit bigger in the distance. Sorry, Callie, up in the crow's nest, the lookout hands you the spyglass, because you guys actually have a spyglass. And just says, look right over there, it's a mountain. Put the spyglass up to your eye, take a quick look around, focus in. Yeah, no, he's not kidding. It looks like as you kind of focus in a little bit further, it takes it just a second, but at the crest of another wave, as you guys are sailing, you can see that it is a mountain. It looks like it's one that has a little bit of greenery and additional land like around the base. Real quick, roll me a either a history or just intelligence check with advantage, because you do know the trade routes.
If you roll a 1, it's going to be Zinc on the other end.
Zinc just appears in front of the spyglass.
That's not a mountain, that's an ass.
Mountain of an ass.
Mound.
I pulled up Darren's sheet, but I forgot to pull up Callie's. What am I rolling? History or what?
History or intelligence.
Oh, good. This is gonna go great.
There's not like, a remember maps. There's not a cartography skill. There's not, well, I guess technically survival could also apply, because that also applies to
That's
map
better that I actually have at least a modifier.
Fair. So feel free to roll that. And you do have advantage because you've sailed these seas for quite a long number of years.
13.
Okay.
I said I had a modifier. I did not say it was a good one.
Inspiration. Bardic inspiration.
Bardic inspiration has to be said before you roll.
No, after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome.
True. I haven't told you the results yet. So Road and
What's
bone.
the bardic inspiration?
D10.
D12.
Ooh.
Damn!
Ooh.
Um,
18.
Good shit. All right, good. You realize as you're looking at it, and as you're racing through, you're going through your head of like, where the fuck are we? You realize that you guys are about to come across the very well named, but fairly remote. The whale must have kicked you a little further off course than you really truly realized. It'll still be 3 days, but it's just sort of like, oh, that's the 3 days. You're actually near the very remote but very aptly named Aarakocra Island. It's a tiny colony out here, one of the few that exists on an island that is pretty much just a mountain. It's one mountain with like some forest at the bottom. That holds a pretty small colony of Aarakocra. There's less than like 100 at last count, at last time you were here, which was, to be fair, probably like 7 years ago, maybe 5, maybe 10. It's been a little while. But you also know that occasionally there are trading ships that will stop here. So, yeah.
She'll holler down. If we need supplies, we can bother the bird people.
What's a bird person?
It's a birdson.
The what people, Callie?
You heard me.
Truly, the bird is the word.
I sailed with her for 3 years. Never met a bird person.
Alec being right next to you. Have you met a fox person before either?
Wait. Didn't I see you? Didn't you transform downstairs?
That's my point. It's apparently a week of first for you.
Huh.
Callie's never boring.
That's true. Well, do you suggest we stop?
Friendly enough last I was here, I'm assuming. DM, did I leave here on a positive note?
Yeah, the Aarakocra here are really open to traders because it gives them a lot of opportunity to get additional stuff that you just can't do and make on the island. They're comfortable on the island, like, don't get me wrong, but you know, it's a good time for luxury things, like fun, new, foreign, exotic stuff. And the birds are flirty as hell, so they really like visitors. So yes, you left on good terms. You may have had to pluck a couple of guys' feathers because they were just really insistent, but it's understood.
Hold on. Like, wink, wink, nudge. Nudge had to pluck.
I went the same route. I'm like, Callie, that
Michael
much?
Scott peeks up from the corner.
I'm meaning like, really, a couple of them were a little too forward, tried to like weren't really like pulling back their flirting when you were like, fucking leave me alone. So you had to just kind of like reach around and like pluck a few feathers off their back so they would stop.
So instead of a cat call.
Wait,
It's
did
a
you say
caw
Aarakocra?
Oh my god.
It's
It's a
a
bird.
frat
Putting
bird.
my double seeing glasses.
Thanks. I hate it here. I hate it.
Thanks, I hate it.
All right, Drax. Alec.
Y'all, I sent Icarus the memeiest meme to ever D&D. And I
Drax and
apologize
Alec are
for
jumping off
nothing.
the ledge.
I'm
Captain,
like, I
are
would
we
regret this, but here.
stopping at the island or not?
Anyone up for Aarakocra Island?
Do they have Aarakocra Cola?
That's it. Alex jumping on the ship.
I'm gone. Sail.
All incorrigible.
I really had to. I had to.
He's discovered his bardic college.
Yeah, more.
The college
College
of
of
We're going to
Puns.
an island with flirty birds with a bard who just learned how to flirt. Nope. Alex out.
I'll,
So-
let
Side
the other,
take
I'll
me.
let the others know. And Sierra will go below deck to find the others, let them know, hey, we're making a pit stop.
Yeah, as I climb down, I let the crew know and send them to their jobs.
I think the only people below deck are Drax and Isla.
And
I
devotion.
believe so.
And
yeah.
Devotion, yeah.
I just search for people till I come across one of them.
Drax is in the galley.
Oi, fuckface.
Daniel peeks up. What did I do?
Not you, not you. Not you.
Not you, sweet boy. She's
Not
really
you,
ill.
sweet child. You. We're making a pit stop.
Okay. Where?
Bird Island.
I'm sorry. What?
Island full of bird folk. I have no
Mhm.
fucking clue either.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna dock there for a bit.
You know what? It would be nice to stretch my legs.
Yes. Suddenly, so many laps you can walk on a ship.
I'll tell the others.
Alright. And I head back on deck.
Where would Isla be?
Remind me what time of day it is?
It's about 2-ish in the afternoon.
Okay. She's probably like in her own cabin, probably reading a book or something. Just
Okay.
getting some quiet.
And Devotion. Where would you be below deck?
Yeah, he's in his room because
Okay.
he's doing his best to be out of the way.
Okay. He's gonna go to Devotion's cabin.
He's just reading through his tome.
Like, and all you hear is a
Yeah.
Oi. we're making a pit stop at a bird island. Apparently it's full of bird folk.
I can stretch my wings.
I can stretch my legs. It should be stopping soon, so yeah.
I'm not sorry. Well, I'll be above deck here in a moment.
All right.
Oh.
And to contrast, Isla's door.
Dang nuts.
So cute. Yeah, just
Not
beyond
favoritism,
door.
I swear.
Yeah, just from beyond the door, you hear, "Come in."
He walks in head first. Hi.
Hi, baby. How are you?
I'm good. We're making a pit stop.
Oh, where?
It's an island full of bird folk.
I've never heard of it, but that should be a fun adventure.
Gives us a chance to stretch our legs on land.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I'm not meant for sea travel.
Really?
No.
My big tough guy, and she'll like walk up to him and give like the little gentle.
You just kind of looks at it like, really?
What?
I am not afraid to admit what I do and don't like and what I'm not prepared for.
No, I know. I'm just trying to give you a compliment. That you're my guy. My big tough guy.
What did you do? Why you give me a compliment? Why are you trying to butter me up?
I'm not doing anything, just showing affection.
Be suspicious. Be
I'm-
suspicious.
I'm sorry, and I'm still used to like people giving me genuine compliments, and we're not trying to butter me up after something they've done.
Well, if you think me stuffing a bunch of roses by your pillow is something to be up to, then yes.
Again? Again? Really?
It smells nice.
I mean, true, but
Would you like lavender next time?
I prefer chrysanthemums.
Chrysanthemums it is.
Yeah, Drax knows his flowers.
Island.
He kind of he heads his way back and kind of comes back in. I'm putting on my armor and arming myself up just in case.
That's fair. I'll probably put on all my gear too.
By the way, honey, all of the gear looks really nice on you.
Thank you. I was hoping it was gonna at least be a little, like cute, but also,
I mean,
functional.
You're wearing boots for once.
Mm-hmm. It's weird not being barefoot.
But again, I'm surprised you managed to go barefoot through the volcano.
Yeah. You probably don't want to stare directly at my feet. I have a lot of calluses.
Duly noted. So he arms himself up, armors up before heading up on deck.
Okay.
Wait,
What?
you forgot something.
He goes in and gives her a forehead kiss.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you. And goes back to like her reading. Like she's like, I love you. And like slips back onto the bed.
Drax kind of Drax at a moment of weakness just lets out a
He turns into Devotion standing there with his shading grin, like just walks away, says nothing, just
You've got a crush. I'm engaged. You got a crush.
you got a crush. I'm married.
Almost.
Yes, Devotion, you really can't talk because I've seen you blush more red than you already are around your wife.
That's why I married her. That's my excuse, is that I'm married.
Oh God, I'm soon to be married.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that.
The real question is, do we save the world before or after you get married? Because that could take a while. Something to consider in the
We'll
future.
cross that bridge when we come to it.
So, a discussion to have later.
A discussion to have with someone else present, definitely. Oh, by the way, I don't know what to expect on this island, so don't be. And you see him like fully kitted up. Hence this. New place. I like to be prepared.
Oh, that's understandable. Granted, Devotion hasn't gone anywhere with y'all except for the festival without his armor. He has been armored all the time. He's still armored, just like I am always. Like, believe me, I can sleep in this. It's not comfortable, but I've done it. Just keep your hands away from your weapons is for as long as possible. This pit stop, and these are traitors, and they won't take kindly to people causing problems on their island.
I will do my best. He'll head up on.
It wouldn't be the valley if he didn't tell people to behave.
For once. He's gonna head up on deck, and Drax is gonna go and find Sierra.
Okay.
Not hard to find.
Yeah, just look for the nearest goth person.
There she is.
Hidden in a corner as dark as the soul.
Do we know what to expect?
I have never been to this island, so I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
You're going fully armored up?
New place, new people. Don't want to take any risks.
Callie
My
has
hands will stay away from the weapons at all times unless needed.
I would suggest that. Callie has
Like you-
interacted with these people before. She says they're alright. I don't think there's too much to worry about.
Oh, that's good to know.
I suggest don't call shit, because we are guests here.
I have no intention to call shit, only to retaliate to shit.
And then for years, you've caused a lot of shit. When we were kids.
Yeah, kids. I'm grown up. Sorry, I couldn't even fucking finish that sentence. I'm growing up.
Have you? Oh, yeah, growing up still.
Well, what was it my dad used to say most of the time? Be an adult when you have to be a kid when you can.
I thought he told you to stop being such a shithead all the time.
That was more directly at me, but... and that was also you.
It wasn't as bad as you were.
But let's be fair, we were both pretty bad.
You were worse.
We were worse together.
Yeah, but you were worse.
I do not deny that, but you still cannot deny that as a duo, we were.
Listen, I was bad out of pure spite to my stepfather.
I mean, that's fair. I was... oh god, I enabled you. Ugh.
Anyways, I don't know what to expect when we get to shore. Just... be respectful, I guess. I don't know.
I would try to. Yeah.
Don't pick random feathers, I guess.
Again,
That
we'll
just
try
seems
not
like
to.
common courtesy.
Yeah. Well, let's hope. Let's just hope they are as friendly as Callie says.
I trust what Callie says.
All right then.
Alright.
All right. Okay. Yep. And Drax will just wait until we're docked.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Just for the record, both Darren and Callie, armor. Darren has glamour armor. It doesn't have to look like it. Callie's a fucking pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Sierra wears her armor too, but it's like not as ornate as Drax's is.
Mhm.
And she's like, "Oh, you're going for the full cuirass."
Yeah. I don't know what to expect.
She's just there like paladin. The obvious paladin.
Oh.
You know anybody.
Which of course the merchants look at him and go, oh, money. He has money.
Yes, the rube.
Little do they know I have a +4 to my charisma. It's like, aha, suckers. Yeah, both devotion and the vendors and the merchants look at each other at the same time, the same thought. Aha, suckers.
So I'm gonna say that by the it takes probably about I'm gonna say it takes another hour for the ship to actually get close enough to the island area that it makes sense for y'all to put down anchor and moor for just a little bit, so that you can talk. As you guys are getting closer, you can see this very tall mountain on a also surprisingly small island. The mountain itself, are that it has some miniature clouds just floating around the tip, and you can definitely see some snow way up there, unless that's just more cloud, you're not sure. um, but it is a tall, steep, craggy mountain. You can also see a lot of little like areas essentially that are up there that have like little balconies, perches, and stuff like that. And as you guys get closer, you can see the Aarakocra that are just flying around, riding thermals. Some of them will sweep far enough out that they actually like get close to the ship, and you can see some are like waving as they then turn and like ride the thermals back. Um, you can see that there's as you're getting closer, you're able to find kind of like a safe route actually, because it's pointed out with really with stacks of mortared together rocks that have that are brighter colors, that are kind of like this way, not past here. And you can see sort of the nice multicolored the nice multicolored glimmers of different like corals, reefs, and stuff like that that are in this much shallower water beyond that point. Um, the Aarakocra are seem to be pretty friendly. They're like waving to people as you pass by. You guys are recognizing, even from this distance, like as they kind of fly over, you recognize a lot of like songbird and especially raptors, like predatory raptors, in like the coloration and stuff. And you can hear different like different like carrying cries that sound a lot like eagles and hawks and things like that, as well as interspersed with a lot of songbird like trills, whistles, and general calls, um, along with plenty of like common, um, all mixed in a nice little mishmash. Words are hard. As you also get closer, you guys can see a surprisingly large fleet of definitely trading ships. They have like a lot of different flags that are up on their flagpoles. Sorry, words. You can see a lot of different flag colors that are up there. You can see some stuff from what looks like probably, and not just because you guys don't recognize them. You can also see a couple of coastal cities from Gem Kingdom that have some stuff up there. And all of the ships have a huge collection of various people that are walking around on deck, and they have a ton of uh, of gangways that are connecting all of the ships. So you can essentially walk in this rather large oval-ish between all of the. There's roughly 10 ships here. You can see gangways that are walking between all of them, as well as a bunch of brightly colored stalls that have goods for sale. You can hear people hawking their wares. You can see like little like fizzy things in the background over like some of the food places. You can smell like that really good like like carnival like fried food smell that is always really good when you go to like a state fair. You can kind of like smell that on the breeze mixed in with like the salt and brine. Um, it's looking kind of just it looks like a traveling bazaar in a kind of way, like just a big old open air market. There's also Aarakocra that are mingled in among all of the earthbound races, and stuff like that. And one of them, as you guys are getting close enough, like right around the time when you're trying to figure out where the hell to put your anchor, one of them that is a much brighter white, and has on a tunic that is very bright orange, waves at you guys like while you can see his tunic reflecting, but he waves at you guys and kind of like makes motions of like here. And as he's doing that, another couple, you're close-ish enough to like the edge of one of the ships, that's on like the outer edge of the oval. Three more Aarakocra have ropes in between, and suspended from the ropes is another gangway, and they're sort of over here. and settle. We'll get you strapped in so you can do the thing. Welcome. Stuff like that. Yeah.
As all this is happening, Alec is going to try finding Isla, saying, because we don't know who's here, we don't want it getting out that you're back in this area, you may want to put on your disguise.
There you go. That is fair, and she will absolutely put on her. She'll touch the diadem and become a silver fox.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Okay.
Also, he said this before she got on deck, so that way, as to my knowledge, no one else knows that she swapped again.
I've seen her swap before, so I know it's her.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying, like, no one knows that she's gonna walk up on deck as a fox again.
Yeah.
So, some of the crews would be like, "What the fuck? Did we get a fox?" As they go about their stuff. But yeah. So eventually, once you guys are, the gangway is settled into place. It's a very simple, easily removable one, but it's sturdy enough that you shouldn't have any issues while you're going between the boats. So yeah, so y'all are near what looks like a food stall of some, or a ship that has a lot of food stalls, and stuff like that. You can see a whole bunch of people just sort of mingling, standing in line, laughing, carousing, all that good stuff. So yeah, what do you do?
Do I recognize anyone?
Probably. I'm sure you've run into some of these people at least a few times over the years. I don't know that there's anyone that you have a bad relationship with here. Higher than.
Hello?
Okay, no. At least in this first ship, you don't see anybody that you have any kind of bad blood with. You probably see some drinking buddies when you're near like Pearl and Abalone, stuff like that. You don't see any Eric Hooker that you recognize, but all of them are real friendly, and they're just like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" Yeah, kind of thing. Just tossing that out to anybody, as is pretty usual with birds in general. It's pretty usual birds in general. You what doing?
What doing? So, as is pretty typical with birds, you guys you're all very quickly on the fact, just from like the differences in tones. The what you assume are the male Aarakocra tend to be much more vividly colored. Like you guys, just within like your range from people flying around, you can see some that look kind of like scarlet macaw. You can see some that look like other various sort of tropical parrot type colorations, as well as some that look almost like a blue jay. A few that look have that dark glossiness of like a raven or a crow. And the girls, as far as like the females that you, as far as you can tell and are guessing, they have a bit duller of coloration, but they also have some really gorgeous intricacy to a lot of their clothing decoration that the guys don't seem to do as much of. But yeah, so it becomes at least a little bit easier to kind of pick one of the general polite terms to use with someone. But yeah, the Eric Hooker just kind of flying around. You guys are right there by the food stalls kind of things. You can smell the D&D equivalent of like funnel cakes and corn dogs and shit like that. And lots and lots of mead. Funnel cake.
I love funnel cake.
Once the ship stops fully, Alex will look up to Callie. Permission for everyone to disembark, Captain.
Get fucked.
You heard her.
Yeah, she
Yes.
basically just announced to everyone, get fucked up. Back in the morning. And
Don't
let them
add
go.
or subtract from the population and go.
Don't add to the population, don't subtract from the population. I can't say that last one. Don't be subtracted from the population.
Don't be.
Everyone looks at Sierra for that one.
Everyone looks to Drax. Don't subtract from the population. Just. Oh.
He's like, darn. No, everyone looks at Sierra and Zinc. Like,
Listen, when I went, it was involuntary.
not that first time. You invited him to shoot you.
And I'd fucking do it again.
This place is cool.
Yes. Focusing on that. So
I feel like it's that saying, everyone keep an eye on the one who can fly amongst the people that can fly.
I'll keep an eye on Zinc. Just like me, man with wings. I will watch out for the flying gnome.
It's fine. I'll behave. Probably.
And for the sake of like not free of like because he's used to his usual thing for going to places, he like hooks his like the hooks on his wings onto his armor and he sort of relaxes his wings so it looks like a cloak again.
Also, roughly in the midway point of this oval, like the midway point closest to the shore, there is a pretty long floating dock, essentially, that will lead to dry land if you want to go there. And there's an additional, like, it looks almost like a, it's like an outdoor concert type setup where there's like a bunch of like leaves down. It's like a mat place for like gathering. There's a few more stalls that look a lot more permanent. And there are people over there as well. So if you don't want to go around just the ships, you can go on dry land. There is shopping that you can do technically a little bit of everywhere, but the more unusual and unique shit is going to be on the ships because they move a lot more Aarakocra focused, or like souvenir shit of like Aarakocra Island is going to be on land. So yeah. Sorry. Here, I'm gonna just roll a D8 that'll correspond to somebody. I will pick you if you want to have your thing with another person. We'll do that, but that way everybody gets a chance to go around and do something. Okay. Sushi. First person. Darren. I'm going to say Darren because I'm assuming Callie is going straight to the place to get drunk. She's going straight to find the alcohol dealers and buy a new bottle of alcohol.
She'll make sure her crew is or that the ship is supplied first. She knows how to prioritize.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, honestly, yeah, you're able to restock with not like fully because they have to kind of be careful about how much they sell, but you're able to get like a good you're able to refill about a third of your stores with fresh stuff and not like preserved stuff, so you guys can have a few more better tasting meals for a few days. So you should be fine until you reach Pendalan when you guys can do like a full restock. But now you don't have to rely as much on preserved shit. Like yeah. Okay, cool. And then she goes to get alcohol.
When everyone is situated and she knows where her crew is, she will get schwammered.
Schwammered.
Of course. So, Darren, what are you doing?
Well, Darren's gonna keep in. Well, he's actually put a disguise back on, so he looks like an unknown individual. He's gonna look around, see if there's anyone familiar.
Honestly, no. Um, Pretty much everyone here you've either never met in your life, or you're seeing a few races that you've never seen in your life. Not even like including the Aarakocra. You're pretty sure you saw a bipedal frog walking around, as well as a turtle.
I have one question about the frog. One question.
It's just immediately.
Are they reuniting with their spouse after a long journey with a ton of babies?
And did some of those babies get eaten?
Not talking about that part.
No, it looks like it's just a single frog, just like roughly as tall as you, Alec, just walking around. He's got like that poison dart coloration. He's got like a pack on his back.
I have one question about the frog. Does it carry a banjo?
No.
Why
scimitar at his
are
waist.
there so
There's
many songs?
Everyone else have a question about the frog, so pitch and break.
Is there
don't
a nagging
understand.
pig following him around?
No, you don't understand, because we're pirates right now. And I've watched Muppets Treasure Island, and that means Tim Curry has known Miss Piggy carnally.
Yep.
I promise it's not Kermit. It's like a poison.
That's right.
Hannah's like, what the fuck?
I'm sorry, I have not seen that since I was like a child. I do not remember
And
that.
it's heavily implied. It is
Yep.
heavily
Yep.
implied. Tim Curry.
When she
and Miss Piggy
reappears,
have
Tim
slept
Curry.
together.
Tim Curry
Okay.
has a "it's
All
great
right.
to see you" kind of a moment.
Hey,
Hannah needs to roll 2d8s of emotional damage for that one.
more like psychological.
So yeah.
Oh.
And a again large bipedal turtle. Not walking around technically, but yeah, nobody that you recognize, which honestly probably feels pretty good. Just like, hey, good shit. But yeah, as I mentioned, you guys are right near the food section. Next one over, you can see a couple of banners that look like they have swords, maces, and stuff like that on it. And then that's maybe weapons in the next ship after that. But yeah, so what do you want to do? And are you going with Sierra, or are you trying to go off by yourself?
I think he'll stick around with Sierra for a while, and then when he sees that she's in her element, he'll probably go to explore on his own. He hasn't done that in a while.
He's a big boy. He can do that.
Okay. Okay. So where do you want to go, Darren?
I think he'll look around the shops a bit just to see what he can see.
Okay.
And eventually hit up the local, bar.
Lol. So you have quite a selection in terms of bars. There's, like I said, there's roughly 10 ships here. Of those 10, basically half have some kind of alcohol that they're offering in different quantities. There's a few that have like actual ale that offer a lot more for a bit cheaper. It's much pricier than you would find on like a single land-bound store, because they're a trading fleet constantly on the move. But it's still really good. So you do
Uh-oh.
a huge amount of what?
You froze a bit.
Oh no, sorry. Lots of alcohol. Prices are a little more than you would expect from like a standard tavern, but it's because they move a lot. And the selection of items here is something else. There are some weapons that are and other just like things that are truly strange. Like as you're going around, you see some guy who is hawking stuff from you don't even know where the hell it's supposed to be from. His comments pretty garbled. but he's holding up a weird Spanish brown cloak that looks like it's been stitched together in a very odd way. You think you hear the word ghoul while he's talking it. You're not super sure on
I heard the
anything
word
else who has
ghoul.
this. Oh no. Can you hear me okay?
I heard the word ghoul.
Yeah. You're pretty sure you picked that up out of his description.
Okay. As he's just walking through the different tents in the because he'll hit up the tavern later, but as he's just like walking through the tents in the shop area, he's just gonna look for someone who looks like they got some interesting shit.
Honestly, it might be this guy. And as so far as it looks like he has. You're not hearing anything like that. He says it says magic, but he's just sort of like you hear like unique, and you see like that on some of his stuff.
Yeah,
But
he's more
just
interested in just something fun.
in just something fun.
Just something interesting.
Yeah.
Different.
You see the guy that's hawking something made of maybe ghoul skin, you think. You see somebody else who's got who seems to be having a conversation with a deer skull that's glowing faintly purple on the inside. You see another person that looks like they are conducting a symphony of tiny duck statuettes in a quacking song.
I'm going to that.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's giving Hannah work PTSD of like, oh god, the fucking frogs. The toad choir. The frog choir. But frog choir.
One of my favorite things that I had ever heard is someone go, guys, look, it's the toad chorus. Right idea, wrong execution.
Close, but you're wrong. But I was imagining like the frog choir, but no.
So yeah, so as you're going around, you see some guy who literally has a conductor's baton, and is and with his movements, a large selection of small duck figurines made of stone, made of wool, stone and wood. A couple are made of metal, and a few are made of pretty common gems. Like you can see a couple of just quartz in there. You see a couple that look like they're made of, oh Lord, there's lots of variety of quartz, honestly. And I think you see one that you think that you haven't ever seen before personally, Darren, that looks like it might not be from Gem Kingdom. So maybe from it's this sort of, we would know it as labradorite. I don't have enough brain power to explain it without saying it looks like it's made of labradorite, very flashy. But yeah, so as he's conducting, the little mouths on the ducks just open. It's clearly a little magical trinket, but they open and close and are singing a quacking chorus to you think Jingle Bells?
I'm just watching this in my not intentionally stealthy, but probably stealthy.
Yeah, no, the guy's just sort of going along, and everyone sort of like just toss out, take one home, he'll sing for you, I promise. And there's a bunch of kids.
Okay.
There's a bunch of kids around that are just like, I want this one, I want that one. Yeah.
Eventually he'll come up and be like, you've certainly piqued my curiosity.
Oh yeah, these are quite the curiosity seeker, let me tell you. They will sing along to any of their repertoire of songs. Yuletide songs. I made them around that time of year. They just kind of absorbed that from around them. But eventually I'll make some that learn other things. Maybe I'll make them in a tavern. They'll just like absorb stuff from a bard. But they'll sing 3 songs for you. These ones have Jingle Bells, uh, Frosty the Snowman, and Rudolph. Thank you.
DM question.
Yeah.
Appearance wise,
Dallas songs.
is this a singing rubber duck, or is this like a like think Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the one episode where Ron Swanson was the boyfriend who was angry over the duck that got destroyed by Captain Holt? Like a very well carved couple $100 loon.
It's a very well carved, actual solid duck made of some kind of material. It's either a gem, it's stone, or wood. But they do have a small enchantment on them to where their little mouth moves through magic, and they're able to quack in time to these songs and sing them for you.
And there's no way for you to adjust the songs.
I mean, you can tell it, but I do my best, but it's a little bit of a limited enchantment, and those are the first 3 songs that all of them heard while I was carving them. So, yeah, that's all they got.
Right. How much?
Oh, all right. Well, depends on which one you want. The wood ones are a very lovely oak, I may say. It's stained with a purplish tint because I put some lavender in there. Those ones are going to be 25 gold. The stone ones, which is a really lovely granite derivative I got from granite at over in Gem Kingdom. I don't know if you've heard of it. Out there. It's one of those ones that has like some silver and gold speckles in it. Those are going to run you about 50. But if you want one of these gemstone ones, some of which are from Gem Kingdom because they make some gorgeous stuff there. But if you were from, my hometown in Pindale and Treble Cliffs, we have a couple of people who come through there, and I got this one called Labradorite, real pretty. That one's going to be a little pricey, a little more rare. About 100, but most of the other gem ones are going to be about 75.
Interesting.
Or, take one of each. Have a whole chorus to dazzle your friends.
If I was looking for just 2, do you do bundles?
Yeah, tell you what, take 2. I will take, I'll take 15 gold off the total price. So if you get 2 of the 25 ones, then you'll get it for, sorry, he can do math. I can't do math. Good Lord. 35. I'm dead.
All right. So if I were to get one of the small wooden ones.
Yeah. That would normally be 50. I'll put down special offer for you today. You can get it for 35.
But if I were to get one of the wooden ones, and that Labradorite.
All right, well, that's going to run you 125 total, but not 15 off, 110.
All right. I will take them.
All right. Pleasure doing business with you, my good man.
And I give him, I'll give him 120 because he's still taking advantage of that discount, but.
He's like, a fine man. See, I hope you enjoy. It's the quackling chorus, by the way.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And I go look to see what else is interesting, but you can come back because I've been doing this for a bit.
Right. I'm sorry. Literally, it was completely improv. I'm just gonna say because Percy got this Squishy at Dave and Buster's.
Amazing.
Literally the entire reason for that. Alrighty. Next up we have
awesome.
Drax. So, quick question: are you going somewhere with Isla, or are you going off on your own first?
Drax will go off with Isla at first.
Okay.
So if I remember correctly, like it goes on to the dock first, where there are ship vendors, and then land.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. There's a big circle of about 10 ships, 11 now technically because y'all's is attached. Roughly at the halfway mark of like the circle, there is a floating dock to land.
Okay.
So the ship, it'd probably be a 20-minute walk, and then you'd be on land securely. Just because you have to anchor your ship a little ways away from the actual shelf of the land.
Yep.
But yeah.
Drax kind of intertwines his arm with Isla's. So
It's all furry.
Well, at least you look.
She looks furry. She's a fox.
Did you put the little headband on so you have ears?
Yeah.
Adorable. It's so cute.
Like without the disguise, she just looks like what do you call them? Like the plant girls with like the cat ears, like kind of thing. Like she looks like that. She looks adorable.
Drax kind of looks at Isla. So, where to? Where would you like to go?
She kind of thinks for a second. And with her cute little voice that she used to have has now completely changed. And goes, I think I'd actually really like to taste some of the delicacies that are around here. They smell very good.
Sure. You can see Drax's cheeks have got a little bit red. Like it's definitely that moment of, well, that was hotter than I thought it was going to be.
Tommy,
the achievement unlocked thing.
Ding! New kink activated. Oh fuck.
She does that thing where like she like cocks her head to the side and like kind of does the like forehead feel with their fingertips and goes, "Are you feeling all right?"
Yep, I'm fine. Just new voice, interesting. Let's move on. Yeah, food. Let's go.
Like as they're walking. Oh, I see. I'm absolutely going to torture you now with this. You do know that, right?
You son of a. Fine. Fine. All right.
You smell that? It smells so good.
What in the 9 hells is that?
I want to know.
Like Drax goes full fucking bloodhound. Like, where is it?
Yeah. Give me the funnel cake. Okay.
Give me the deep fried donuts now.
You guys want to make me a quick perception check to find the specific.
Perception.
Oh God. Ew. 14.
12.
Okay. If you follow it, you can't find the exact stall, but you do eventually come to a boat filled with food and then lose the scent trail, and then it takes you maybe an extra 10 minutes to find the specific stall you wanted.
kind of like comes to the stall that we were supposed to find and goes, "Wow, you can get really fucking lost here."
I'm surprised that we even made it to the stall that we were looking for.
I really wanted to go to that other food stall because it looks like they had some really nice game meat there, but
Well, we can definitely take a look there.
But first, what is this?
It smells delicious.
Hello and welcome.
What
Sorry.
the fuck do I see before me?
You actually see a surprisingly small goblin with a little apron standing on a stool with a little apron and a big old puffy chef's hat, with ears cut out or with holes cut out for his ears.
Do not adopt the goblin. Do not adopt the goblin. Do not adopt the goblin.
Am I being kidnapped? No. Can I go home? No.
Go ahead, continue. Sorry.
Just
Funnel cake? Yes. It's good. Very good. I do myself. It's very good. Make.
You
Make fresh.
made this yourself.
Yes. My own recipe. It's cake, but it's small and noodle, but then it fries and then you put sugar on. It's very good.
It smells very good. How much for one?
Oh, for is 3 gold.
3 gold. I will absolutely take one, and she'll dig out the 3 gold.
Goes, yes. Straight up.
He like dives beneath the counter, and you hear like you see like a bunch of random shit just kind of go flying. It looks like empty flour sack, a whisk, a few other things, and then he pops back up and he's got a little mesh strainer.
do not adopt the goblin. Do not adopt the goblin. Fuck's sake.
Look. Isla's not going to adopt the goblin, but that's not going to stop Hannah from wanting to adopt the goblin.
Oh no, that wasn't towards either. That was Mitch towards Drax.
But he pops up with the little strainer.
Looking in the mirror, you.
He has a essentially like a little pipette bag looking thing that's filled with whatever the hell the batter is. The oil is sizzling, you can hear it, and he holds it over and lets like a drip drop, and then you get start, as it starts frying, and he goes,
Yes, good one.
and he just like makes this just splatter art looking thing with the funnel cake batter. I don't actually know how funnel cakes are made, by the way. So this is how they're made here.
I'm down. I'm down for this.
I mean, that's kind of how I thought it goes.
And then he waits for like 30 seconds, and then he just like flips it really quick. He goes, yes. And then you see it like has turned golden brown. Eventually it finishes. He fishes it out and puts it on a little like really thin wooden plate, and takes up another little thingy and like dusts it with powdered sugar, and then like looks at it from a couple of angles and goes, and grabs a little spoon that has like some kind of whipped or clotted cream on it and whaps it on top so it makes a little top of it.
She'll take it and like smell it. Oh, this smells so good. Thank you so much.
Yes, very good, very good.
You're making me salivate, Icarus. I'm salivating. I want funnel cake so bad.
I had funnel cakes, man. That sounds good though.
Ah.
And he then like looks Drax up and down and looks at you because you look like a fox.
I also put sausages on a stick, dip in batter, and fry. If you want.
Drax immediately goes, yes.
Two for one for two from 2 gold.
He gives him 5. You, sir, are an artisan.
he whips out these huge like kielbasa looking like sized sausages. By the way,
Oh, darn.
stabs a stick through him, dumps it in the batter, and then like holds them up, and then just like holds them in the fry stuff until it's done. Pulls them out, puts them on a thing, looks over, grabs like a thing of like this red sauce, and he goes, spicy burn mouth, yes, no.
Yes. Spice. Yes, please. Hmm.
He looks over at Isla. Spicy, yes, no. And then just gives them to you.
Passes one over to Isla.
She'll take it. She like takes like a bite of the funnel cake, and like it's like that anime where immediately it's like, oh, with like the hard eyes.
Yes, perfect.
He takes a bite of the corn dog.
Funnel dog.
Funnel dog. And just goes.
It's absolutely delicious. Like the sweetness and the spice of the sauce like mixes really well. It's not too overpowering either way. And the sausage itself is really rich, savory, really like, you know when sausages are well done and they like snap in your mouth when you bite them?
Like when you bite into the skin and you hear that snap.
A little.
Oh,
oh, that's good.
No, I'm fucking. Damn it,
Yeah, as soon as they chase that, Drax and Isla look at each other. We shouldn't adopt him.
It's like,
do it.
She just looks at him and goes, "We're learning how to make something like this, correct?"
oh fuck yeah.
That's what I thought.
And like he takes a bite again and has that ego ratatouille moment of just,
Yes.
honey,
Yes.
I'm sorry, but this might be a new love in my life.
She's like, she's got the funnel cake in her hands, like.
and Drax just looks at Isla going, I can see I'm not alone.
You know that I love you.
And are you? However.
Very good.
After eating, and the one thing I remember about carnival or like theme park food is that it tastes great, but then it leaves that feeling afterwards.
Yeah, the like
It's real rich. It's real greasy.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Like after finishing that, Drax just goes, oof. Oof. Are you good? Because why do I feel tired already?
Haley, you need some ale.
That's gonna make us pass out. Or at
It
least
kinda
for Isla, it will.
But kind of goes, I wonder what mead they have here.
That is an excellent question. Where can we find?
Turns to the goblin. Excuse me, sir. Where can we find good mead?
He holds up one of the sausages.
No, not meat, mead, alcohol, honey wine.
Ships. 2 ship that way. 1 ship that way. That one is small red berry. That one is apple, orange. One of those 2, very similar. And the have bubble water. It's magic. It tingles. But it's water. Very strange.
I
We're
wanna
spoiled for
try
choice. Drax is already like, right, we're going.
that. Takes off.
All right. So it's about 11:30. Let's do a real quick break, and then we'll do everybody, and then we'll go through everybody else once we return. Everybody's gonna get essentially like a small scene, and if you guys want to, and if we still have some stuff left undone, we can do a little bit of this next week as well. But I very much need to go to the restroom.
No, that's fine. What I was going to say, Icarus, there was
Oh, that's the first thing they heard was me screaming.
That
But-
sounds about right.
Yep. When am I
Welcome-
not screaming?
I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I'm just
Too
constantly
easy.
screaming like, ah!
It's too easy. I'm going to leave it be.
Yep.
Just like me.
You're easy?
I had a hoe phase, y'all.
Look, you went over this last night in Idrisil when I had under my name Sweet and Innocent, and Drax's response was, "I'm a yes, and I'm a virgin." Like, you sir are a whore.
You sir are a hoe.
You are a whore.
And you know what? I'm
No, which
goddamn proud of
didn't
it.
help my case at all.
Hold on.
It proved his point, but still.
Are you a non-profit whore?
No, I have an OnlyFans.
Oh, okay. Gotta make sure. Remember, one's tax deductions are different than the other.
Look, we're in late stage capital feudalism. Everybody's kind of a hoe for profit in some way, shape, or form.
I am not a cheap whore. I'm an affordable slut.
Was that Drax or
Very
Mitch?
affordable.
Yes.
Yes.
Anyway.
I think we all know the answer to that one.
Sorry. Anyway, so you guys, I'm gonna roll for the next person now, and see who it be, and then we go from there. Alrighty. Okay, it looks like it is Sutha. Bridget. It's Sutha's turn. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
It is Sutha's turn for.
Okay. Okay.
Are
Yeah.
you going with anyone in specific? Are you going by yourself? And what in general are you looking for? So I can just throw stuff at you.
So the town is the boats, right? Like it's a thing of boats, or is it like
The
another
boats
boat?
appear as
I know
a
you said there was land.
trade fleet. So they have a whole bunch of weird, unique, one of a kind kind of stuff, and also some lots of food, lots of stuff like that. There is also a ground race accessible area on the actual beach that will have more stuff specific to the Aarakocra and like what they can trade available. So you have a couple of options. If you want to be on solid, dry, non-moving land, you can do that for a little bit here, and you'll have more of like the Aarakocra stuff.
All right. Yeah, I want to go to the beach.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it takes you about 20 minutes of just like maneuvering around stuff, moving along, all that good stuff. There's plenty of new, unusual, weird things going through. You see plenty of different races that you're used to. Like there's lots of elves, half elves, humans, of course, lots and lots, gnomes, halflings, all kinds of various stuff like that. You actually see a couple of dragonborn as you're going through. You a few tieflings scattered in here and there of like the whole rainbow, and stuff like that. And unusual ones. Like there's a couple of goblins, as I've mentioned. There's the frog dude that you just passed by, who's not nearly as tall as you, but you know what? He's you also see at least one of the plenty of the Aarakocra, Tortle, and yeah, why not? What also looks like a largish bipedal tiger chilling. So you know, but once you get closer to land, there's still a pretty good mix of people. There's a lot more surprisingly Aarakocra on the ground that are doing trades and stuff really pretty. They're obviously more like permanent ones. They're made out of local wood, stone, stuff like that, and they have brightly colored banners with stuff painted on them. There's one that has sort of like the like a plate, knife, and fork painted on it. There. There's one that has a glass painted on it that has a lot of different types of drink near it. There's also like a trinket looking shop, as well as a clothing and jewelry thing that looks like it's got a lot of Aarakocra stuff sort of that's been embedded within the clothes to sell. And there's also one that looks like it's local plants and stuff like that that you can buy, sort of like a mini apothecary almost. Yeah. And then there's like a dance floor where some various people are playing like a couple of instruments, and people are just kind of dancing around on like a mat of palm leaves. So where do you want to go?
To the apothecary, please.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a really lovely sort of you get the feeling that she has coloration and feathers similar to like mourning dove almost. Very pretty. She's got like a little bit more of like a pointed beak than some of the others, a really big but very pretty black eyes. That sort of like grayish brown coloration, along with like some speckles of darker brown and gray. And her voice just has like this low kind of cooing quality to it, but not like in a fawning way, just sort of like inherent in it. But yeah, and she she holds up her hand and greets you in common and says, "Hello, traveler. What can I do for you today?"
Sutha's not really looking for anything special. She just, wants to broaden her horizons on what she knows about stuff. So she's just in there, and she can be persuaded to buy things. Because she has the money.
She has the money.
She spends nothing on anything. Like I have so much money, guys. It's very sad. So yeah. Is there anything that looks like, I guess Sutha's just looking for something to catch her eye. She's not in there for anything special. Yeah, that's what she's in there for.
Okay. So she so she's specific in mind. So she'll sort of wave her hand over at some of the things that seem to be specific to this island. She says, "Well, we have a lovely selection of a few various types of corals that some of my mallard companions tend to dive down for. As you can see, there's this really lovely violet one that when you crush it up, it helps to relieve the aches of the pain of a burn. We've also got this very lovely red one, which when you crush it up, it helps to relieve frostbite, which is wonderful to have on hand if you ever venture outside of this terrain. We've also got some very lovely, this is a very specific type of violet that we have. It makes a very good tea that will cure most general illnesses almost overnight, cold, flu. And if you like, it can also just be made into a very nice tea that will change color when you drop lemon into it.
Okay. I don't want to cuddle with you either. How much for all three?
Oh goodness. Well, if you'd like a sachet of each, let's see, a little easier. So those would be about 10 gold, and both types of the coral would be about 20 per. So all in all, it'd be about 50.
All right, I'll take them.
Wonderful. All right. Let me just get this put into a small bag for you. You see, as she's sort of doing lean and stretches on either way to like get something. Her wings very gently flare behind her to help her keep her balance. As she's doing stuff, but as she's like moving and maneuvering and like handling anything directly in front of her, they'll hold a little tighter to her back um, so that she's not knocking into them while she's moving around. But yeah, she ties everything up in a little bag for you and pushes it across the the deck, or not deck, table, cabinet, counter brain, pushes it across the counter, and it's like, there you go. Would you like to restock on anything else you need for general medicine kits? I've got a few that whenever you know, essentially she's got a few that when you use your medicine skill, as long as you hit it, either you have a 50-50 chance of producing a normal or greater potion of healing.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to spend a couple of those.
Do you have anything that helps you breathe underwater?
Oh yes, we actually let's see. Some of them use it for she does a couple of really quick like wing beats and flutters off the ground and gets up to like the top shelf and pulls down this really odd looking kind of stringy blue-green algae that's in like a little bottle. Comes back down and holds it out to you. Here you go. This is well, we just call it water breath. But it will allow you to breathe underwater for 6 hours from consumption. It does add, it's rather bitter and a little stringy, but it works.
All right, I'll take it. How much is it?
This one alone is going to be about 100. It's a little bit harder to collect and brew it.
All right, I'll take it.
The expender, all right then. But yeah, she'll a little padded thing to put it in, essentially to just wrap around the base of the bottle so it doesn't break. We'll pat it up, put it in your bag, and sorry. Well, feel free to else that you might be interested in or thinking about, but I think that's all I have that would be very helpful for an adventurer, which I assume you are, being this far out.
Yeah, there's been some stuff that happened. Funny enough, yeah, like we actually had this one time, and it was like, wow, and you should have been there. It was like, oh, how do you expect that to happen? That's not that like gravity shouldn't allow that to happen, but then it does, and then you're just sitting here and you're just like, how on earth are you still alive? And then you're just like, your best friend leaves you for like nothing and doesn't tell you where you are, and then you freak out for like a day, and then you find out your dad's alive, and then you just have that whole thing to deal with. Yeah, life's a bit of an adventure.
Have this on the house, and she holds out a little bag. It's chamomile lavender tea. It helps with stress relief and relaxation.
And you just see her start to tear up.
She sort of like flutters a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not like that kind? I can give you a different one.
No, I'll take it. Thank you.
Oh, of course, yes. Anytime. You know, I tell you what. I go right across to the water, to the drink stall. We have a local funny magic thing that we can do with the water, where we sort of infuse it with air. It makes it bubble and a little when you drink it, and we give it some fruity flavors. Go give that a try. It might be a nice little bit of fun. And tell them Goose sent you, and they should be able to give you one for free.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Anything for one of our best customers.
I'm sorry, what?
I've never had somebody buy so much merchandise in one day. So
Oh, I thought you said I was like your first customer.
best.
Oh, sorry, you cut out, so I heard first instead of best.
My internet's been fucking today.
Oh, now you're coming back, huh?
I wish.
Pat, pat, pat. Now you made him leave. Anyway, is it okay if I continue, or it does somebody else want to go, or is
Yeah, I think you should be able to continue just a little bit.
you said that there was like a dance, like people were playing music?
Yeah, there's a couple people playing like a violin, a harmonic, and a lute, making just some real good music overall. Honestly, very nice.
Yeah,
It's upbeat enough that you can easily kind of just move and sway and dance to it.
yeah. Sita is gonna go over there and she's gonna listen to the music.
Sorry, one more time.
Sita's gonna go listen to the music.
That's nice. Okay, yeah. There's a huge mix of people there. Both there are plenty of Aarakocra that, and you're pretty sure specifically lots of Aarakocra guys that are flirting with anybody that will talk to them. And after a little bit, one comes up to you. It looks like he kind of looks he has like a barn owl effect on to his features kind of thing. But he comes up and does like a very kind of bow and goes, "Now you cannot leave the lovely lady here by yourself. Would you like to come dance with me?"
Sita looks around and she's like,
"Yes, you."
"Who's you?"
Me? I am Kitty.
Sita, that row of teeth.
Wonderful. It's so good to meet you. Please come dance with me. Like flutters his wings a little bit, light on my feet.
This little bird suddenly says, "Get fucked like Jester," or "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, Sita's gonna dance with him because she doesn't know what else to do right now. It's gonna be bad, guys. She's gonna step on a lot of toes. Talons, or whatever they have for feet.
He's a little bit shorter than you, and to your maybe to your surprise, Bridget specifically, he does a lot of his dancing in the air and like in like some like twirling and stuff like that. He's not long. He's on the ground long enough to like push off and like move kind of thing, but he keeps moving pretty constantly. But it's still like in an actual like dancing thing, but it's honestly probably enough that like Susan actually has to like turn and twist and like keep up. I don't know if that's her enjoy it a bit more because it feels good stuff, like get the feel good chemicals going. But she does not actually end up stepping on his toes because of the exuberance. You do a other people turn to be like, "Hey," and then see how much taller she is, and then just go, "Hi," and then we'll just like scurry a little further away. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I'm sorry. It's like there's a little bit of delay for me when you talk, so like I hear it like you're still talking, but your mouth isn't moving.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
All good.
I don't know why it suddenly decides fuck you tonight because until a point. But yeah. Sort of at the end of it, he sort of like he puts like his your hand like between his two ones. How does a fair adventurer like yourself need a warm nest to settle down in for the evening, or should I keep moving? every mi- every
Stranger
minute
danger!
feels-
Stranger danger! Have
Sorry, everything I read said there.
I have a
They don't
nest.
know.
It's my nest. You can't sit in it.
Ah, fair enough. I don't have to if you don't want me to. It's okay. Uh, I just wanted to see if you wanted to dance in a different manner, but it's all right. It's all right. I can move along.
You're a very pretty bird, but you're not that pretty.
Ah, I'm wounded. How will I recover? Well, I hope you have a wonderful visit here. I'm going to go ease the pain in my poor heart by talking to this elf I see on the side of the floor. And then he just flits off.
She kind of looks him over, and she's just like, "He's a pretty bird. He's a pretty bird. He's a pretty bird."
Bird. It's like, but it's a bird. Um, yeah. And I think Sutha then like has like some time to herself, and I think that's where we're gonna leave her for now. Just like enjoying some solo time on the dance floor.
Oh yeah, no. If you look at Facebook, you'll see exactly what she's doing.
Oh no.
No, it's funny. I swear. It's
Oh,
cool.
oh. That's so cute.
That it's so true. Okay. Yep. I'm good.
Alrighty. So let's see. Next up is gonna be next up is Sierra. Okay.
Oh fuck.
Whoa.
I forgot I was here.
And your so I know that you and Darren will walk around a little bit at the beginning. Do you want to do something like with him first, or do you want to do like your solo bit after y'all split up to kind of just see what's around?
I think I'll do stuff on my own. Let him go explore, and then I'll go explore.
Hell yeah. There's a whole huge variety here. So if you want to gravitate more toward like weapons or clothes or weird trinkets or food, just let me know and I'll start throwing stuff.
Am I seeing any signage in Thieves' Cant?
You the white handprint, right?
I think
feel
that
like-
was
I feel like we had like you had specifically mentioned before, like the white handprint is like this is a place for thievery related matters.
I think so.
If not, we're establishing that's what you
Okay.
see. You see that on the side of a like he has like just a whole bunch of like bips and bobs, like literally like a bobbin and like a ball and like a gourd or some kind like on his little banner thing. But right in the corner, looking more like maybe a chalk handprint or something when he was putting it up, there's a very clear white handprint.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check out that stall.
Oh, hi. You I think actually this would as you come around, you see somebody is shuffling stuff in the back. Has some very bright pants on, like they're like a bright blue, and very very skinny and kind of like bowed out. It once you get a little bit closer and stuff though, he pops his head up and turns around and you see that it is the bipedal frog that's been just kind of floating around this place. He kind of he has like humanish, he has humanoid proportions, but like all of the frog features. So, you know, hands, legs are kind of put out, webbed and everything. But he still has like a lot of dexterity with them. He's got these very bright, like poison dart frog coloration. To where he has like those big black bands that go through the big black eyes. But in between the bands is a very, very lovely, like really rich, like bluish, um, really pretty. But he sort of turns around and like sees you. You you visibly see him. You visibly see him like kind of look and and then he opens his mouth and speaks common. His voice is a little bit more from the back of his throat, but fully able to understand it. And he goes, "Well, hello.
Hello.
How can I help you?"
I'm just perusing for now, seeing what wares you sell.
"Oh, I've got a bobbin that never lets the thread get tangled when you put it in the sewing machine. I've also got over here a needle that will never prick your finger, only your fabric." And he very softly, like in thieves' cant, because it can be both spoken and written, if I remember correctly.
Thieves' Cant isn't so much a different language. It's like a set of phrases and code words that
Gotcha.
rogues use.
Gotcha. So
as well as like written code and like ciphers and stuff.
He also he'll go on to describe something else on there. I think it's a letter opener that never tears the envelope. He describes that, but the way he does that if you know what he means, he has more interesting wares in the back.
I'd be very interested to see what you have in back of stall.
Very well. Yeah. Let me show you some of the special stuff I've got. And he brings with everything that he takes. But he goes over.
You're cutting
like,
in and
draws
out
the
for me a
curtain.
lot right now.
Sorry, I keep getting the thing of like it's unstable, which is frustrating. Can you hear me more consistently
yeah, I can
now?
hear you now.
Perfect. Is a spring in his step than a standard humanoid. But he goes over and like draws the curtain aside and like lets you go in. It's not like super deep back there. You can very easily like see the back of his little store. It's maybe like 10-10. So it's not like he's leading you into dark unknown territory.
Yeah.
But he does just and you can see like, you know, a collection of bottles. You can see a couple of weapons and cases just from this side. Other things. Do you go in?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty. So once you go in, as I said, you can see interesting stuff. Various potions liquids. You're not really sure if they're potions or poisons or something else. Various liquids of different colors and with different clarities and inclusions are along the walls. You can see a couple of weapons in cases displayed very, very prominently, some of which look really sharp and some of which are clearly like just for display. You can also see a couple of really weird items, like one item in one case that's also locked looks like a shriveled hand like this. No fucking clue. Another one looks like a really tightly coiled, but very, very large chameleon tail that's about that big around, all coiled up. Also weird. And a further one over is something that looks like it looks like a squid's eye, but if the squid's eye was the size of a dinner plate. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of just weird shit in here, as well as like a couple of that look like keys, lockpick sets, specialty like switchblades, stuff like that. Anything in particular draw your fancy?
I'm gonna look over at the display case with the squid eye, the chameleon tail, and
And
the hand.
yeah, and he's staying far enough away that you have like plenty of room to peruse while present. That's the artifact case, let's say. That's it's not a monkey's paw because it's made of the hand of a thief, but get your wish with like some extras thrown in, but they may be good or bad depending upon how nicely you ask. At least that's what I've found out so far.
I thought
The
the
squid
wish spell was complicated.
there'll be some. Look, I used it part of it to get me this boat, which is one reason why one of the fingers is curled, but there's some strings that come with it. A little weird. Just be careful.
What about this eye?
From what I was told, it apparently will let you see. It'll let you see into an alternate dimension and see where things. The very simple choice that you're about to make, but you can only use it once a week.
All right.
Yeah.
What about this weird tail here?
Yeah, I've been a little too scared to figure that one out fully. It's supposed to be some kind of. It's supposed to be some kind of proof against ever getting lost, but I'm not sure if it attaches to anchors at the starting point or if to where you started. I got it near the weird island that had like a lab as a whole thing, but yeah.
Sounds to me you just, no offense, have a bit of cursed junk right here.
It's a little of this, little of that, some weird stuff. Those are the really weird ones. That stuff that's a bit more specialized for people of our particular skill set, if I'm reading you right. For example, this one here, as long as it's not a magic lock, it will unlock any lock as soon as you put it in.
He's pointing to a key.
He's pointing to a set of lock picks, essentially.
Set of lock picks, okay.
Yeah. I also do have a skeleton key made of bone. That one you're gonna want to be careful with because if you try to use it on a person, it's supposed to be touching.
Wait, what? You completely cut out for that.
Oh, it's a skeleton key made of bone, but you have to be careful when you use it because if you're not careful, it will unlock the bone to be touching beneath their skin, as in it will just remove it.
You still cut out for me.
Why is it being like this? All right, hold on. Before
All
I
I heard was
again,
it removes their bones.
yes. It will remove whatever, like if you put it to someone's arm and like unlocked it, it would remove like the tibia here.
He'll go Edward Gein on them.
It'll just.
Why do I want this now? I'm having plans.
This sounds like an SCP. I'm
Geneva
sounding like you're
Convention
trying to
wants to
sell us an
chat.
STP. I'm pretty sure
getting
anything like that.
ideas for this now.
You don't need any new belts.
I
Please
stand
don't
by what
do
I
it.
think of the
Listen.
Geneva Convention.
I have one request. Don't
Listen.
steal the bones.
But listen, this would work if I'm being grappled by someone. If I just put the key against their arm and unlock it. Bones gone.
My brain literally just started quoting an old Red versus Blue. We're just like, or it was always a key that unlocks your death.
I'm very interested in the magical lockpicks and the skeleton key now. I'm about to buy a straight up war crime right here.
Speaking of war crimes, apparently someone in chat redeemed a hydrate.
I don't have any water.
I never did, but this counts.
I will tell you, if you buy the key, people who care about screaming, it's not painless. So, but if you're interested, I will sell it.
How much, as well as for the lockpicks?
So lockpicks are a little more reasonable. That one's a more simplified enchantment. So I'll give you this for $350. The skeleton key is that one's going to run you about $600.
1 second, I have to do math real quick. So 350, 600. Okay.
That was good.
I'll take them, and I drop 1,000 gold in front of him.
He reaches out and takes one, and instead of biting it, because as he opens, whenever he's opened his mouth, he doesn't actually have teeth.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of biting it, he pulls what looks like a set of dentures out of his back pocket and bites them.
Do you really think
Well,
I
all right
would
then.
swindle you?
Look, I run into all sorts out here. It's mayhem, madness, dirty, right, thieves. Can you imagine? Some of these thieves can't beat a thief. Anyway. But pleasure doing business with you. Please don't use either of these on me.
I assure you, I'll never use these against you.
Thank you very much. Tell your friends as long as they're cool. Here you go.
So I have So what do the lockpicks do again?
So the lockpicks, essentially, once you stick them in a lock, you don't even have to like activate them. Once you stick them in a lock, as long as it's the lock automatically unlocks. So you don't even have to make a check. You don't have to do anything. It's just done.
Okay.
It's only locks, of course, and it's ones that have like a keyhole. So like you couldn't like tap it on a locked window and it becomes unlocked. It's just an actual lock.
Okay.
And the skeleton key, yeah, it's a war crime. I don't know why I did this.
Magic, lockpick, and then skeleton key. I have plans for this thing.
The skeleton key, I swear, sounds like something you could find at fucking Barovia. Like Straw just has this on his keychain.
Listen, I have plans for this thing.
I'm scared of that phrase right there.
I make one simple
You
request.
should be.
Listen. We're
Do not-
about to infiltrate a country. We might have to take the head prince hostage. We might need to get him to talk. Sometimes removing a pinky bone helps.
Please do not steal my bones.
Question: can I give the bones back?
I'll be
Do
right
I
back.
twist it again and the bone reappears?
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna have to
Yes.
test this theory on someone.
Yeah, honestly, sorry, if you ask the frogmen, I people don't really stick around once it's been used to get their bone back. They kind of either leave. So
I feel like I'm gonna
I don't
have to
know.
test this key. I'm gonna need a guinea pig.
Don't do it to a guinea pig.
I'll use my own arm if I have to.
Or shit.
You know what?
The Raven Queen just in the
You know
background.
what? I'm gonna roll a die. See if I test it on myself.
Is Darren's danger sense going off?
You also have the just do it drunk pirate nearby.
I
Fair, but-
forgot that made noise, so that scared the shit out of me. I am gonna do it dumb. I am just gonna look at this man, set my arm. Do you have something I can bite down on?
You're an adult.
A leather strap, something.
Hands you a piece of belt.
I bite down
Essentially.
on it. Hold the key to my arm. What do I feel?
All right. So
Y'all left me unsupervised.
so what you feel when the key touches your flesh, like when because when you picked it up, it was known that it's been in the shade. Your flesh with intent to use, the point where it touches becomes very, very cold, and it feels like that cold literally seeps into your bone.
Mm-hmm.
And just that bone, mind you, like it didn't spread.
Like I pinpointed a specific bone.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do the turn, it feels like that key extends. There's no pain in this wound, which is part of the magic to it, but it feels like it extends into your skin and locks into the bone as though you were putting it into a keyhole.
Mm-hmm.
And as you turn, it literally just twists it out like at a 90-degree angle. And it hurts. It hurts very badly. I'm gonna need you to make me a con save to make sure you don't.
Oh my god. Okay, plus one to con. 14.
Okay, I decided it was 13 because you've been through some shit. So you go black around the edges. You almost, but you managed to not. This frog is just.
Oh, trust me, I've been through worse. I've been through so much fucking worse. And I'm gonna twist the key again to see if my bone comes back.
A weird reverse feeling of it twists back 90 degrees. You feel that it goes from cold to hot. It goes back in. There's a slight over the next couple of minutes. But it goes back into place, and if you if you twist your wrist, it's like it pops a little. But it's back into place, and it fucking hurts, but it's back, and the bone itself doesn't seem to have taken any trauma from this, but you did see radius.
I saw it. Like, wait, so does it like just pull it out of my arm and like suck it into the key?
It pulls it out of its arm, and it's like the key was in a keyhole on.
Oh, so I would have to
continued
stick it
pulling
back
would have.
into the hole and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I have so many horrible ideas with this.
Why did I do this to myself? Anyway.
Oh, I'm about to become a straight up war criminal. Ah.
The Raven Queen just and like put stop.
Oh, that is nasty. Mm.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tie it to
I'm
my
glad it put it back.
necklace. No, I'm keeping this. I tie it to my necklace.
I'm glad it put your bone
Yeah.
back. I wasn't sure if it would.
I'm surprised you could go back into that.
I got it off a really, really sadistic necromancer, so he might have that. I don't. Look, Jerry's a fucking freak. I don't know what to tell you.
Ugh. Most people I've met named Jerry usually are. That was a fun experiment. Oh. Oh yes, that will
You
come
good?
quite in handy.
Great.
Alright.
You want anything else?
Have any wyvern poison?
High or low?
Hi.
I got 100. He for sure does.
How much?
You know what? Fuck it. He has 5 vials.
How much for all 5?
They're 250 each, so 1250. Yeah.
I dropped 1,300 gold in front of him.
The hell do you do?
Darling, I protect a fucking kingdom.
All right, enjoy your poison. He puts them in a nice padded bag for you so they don't break.
Again, I have plans with this shit. I don't know what they are yet, but I'm gonna have plans.
Raven Queen is convening with Geneva, being like, "See, when I picked her, she was a problem. Now I realize, oof."
Now she's a
nightmare.
But she's
5
my
bottles
nightmare, and I
of
accept the
wyvern
responsibility.
poison.
It was at this stage that her Raven Queen guide shifts from Vaxildon to Talos. from the rogue to the conquest paladin.
No, I'm still the rogue.
That's fair.
Yeah. I think after making that final purchase, I'll make my way out.
good stuff.
I just removed my own bone, took a look at it,
Yeah.
put it back in, and was like, I have plans.
I'm horrified.
I have been to Shadowfell. Nothing can scar me worse than that.
Yeah, it's fair. Okay.
I got nothing else for Sierra to do right now.
Fair enough.
Just meet up with everyone else later.
Goodness gracious. Okay. So next up is devotion. So devotion. Was there any in particular thing that you wanted to gravitate toward, be it weapons, shields, food, magic-y thingamahoozies?
Probably towards the weapons and shields. He'll like have his magic vision on, see if anything stands out.
Honestly, this place is kind of awash in just a bunch of low-level magic stuff. Like a lot of the boats have to prevent hull breakage, to make the stuff last longer, to try and make sure that the sails don't like degrade too fast, as well as the ropes. All kinds of stuff like that. A lot of the trinkets for sale have little low-grade, magical enchantments on those. Once you actually get to some of the stall people, you can see that there's a couple of various magical swords, like some of them that would essentially have the equivalent of like a +1, or like under certain give you advantage or stuff like that. So there's just plenty of stuff that's sort of here. nothing that, yeah, nothing that you uh, has like that really brilliant, like high powered magic. There's a lot of other just little interesting things, including one guy who's who's giving a demonstration of a scimitar, with just against a dummy. As he is going at a gravelly voice that's coming from the sword, that's essentially insulting him. But when it insults the user, he like hits harder and like more pieces fly off the dummy.
It's tempting. Because I'm not the one that. Because if I do that and then meld it into meld its form into my my pact weapon, Loki has to deal with the sword that bit that you know. He's like he normally he's trying to like suppress some of those thoughts from him. He's having that thought very loudly in his head. Just like, was that a dick move? I think that's a dick move.
But yeah, there's a few other very brilliant blades that are definitely for more like a decoration than anything else, like just to look sheath. As well as just a few other various and sundry things that are just really, really out there and like what the fuck, but otherwise tend to go pretty well overall. There's also a guy who has a collection of like pole arms and lances that are of varying designs. Some of them are a little impractical. Like they have really big ornate spearheads that have like very attachment points, so they're not going to last more than like a battle or two. There's also
him the hardened veteran looking at me, he's like, what the fuck? The mantelpiece.
There is one guy who selection of like armor and who has a selection of armor and shields, one of which you can see I got this one off of D&D Beyond, which something that he is selling as plate armor, and it is a bunch of literal china dinner plates magically called together. Have a very angry dwarf who's like, that's not plate. Yes, it is. Clearly.
He's just like, he does this thing of like,
plate.
Hold on one second.
Also has a buckler shield made of in a similar fashion.
Damn it, I don't have message.
Oh, good luck right now. It's going mental.
Scrub meet me over here by this armor vendor. He's definitely gonna send Drax over here later. He's like, hey, there's an armor vendor over there. I think you really like their quality of work. It's a really nice setup.
Trying to give Drax a fucking existential crisis right now.
Look, just because he's a paladin does not mean he can't get up to mischief, and showing him that fucking abomination is about as good as he's gonna get. Look around now. He'll look over probably look more at the shields, see if there's anything particularly over there. He's also like scanning around. He's like, he sees the various bits and sundry. Like he is looking for anything that's particularly stand outish as far as like magical aura, like something. He's also like, as he's looking, he's sort of like peering, like as he's moving between the stalls. He's also occasionally taking a glance like behind the stall to see if they're like keeping some things for like things they don't put out on the shelf. Like, I have this thing, I'm going to keep it back here in case I see someone I think wants to buy it. But you'll like take a look at the shields and see if Abba is also gonna have a look around at the various sundry.
Okay. So let's see. Pretty good selection of like various shields. You see one that and there's also like a couple of bracers and stuff over here. You see one that definitely looks like it's made out of dragon scales, and a couple like that. There's one that looks like red and another like blue. You also see a you see looks stick, but it looks like it has over each other on it. You sorry. You also see one that has what looks like an octopus on it, and another that looks like it's got. It honestly looks hunk of stone attached to a couple of really thick leather armbands that has runes, various and sundry runes carved into the front of it.
Fine. With my other vision, can I read what these runes say?
They are definitely. It looks like they're essentially they're different iterations of what the can. At least that's what you're getting from this. Like one of them says stalwart, one says healing, one says arcane, and the other says just ancient defense. So yeah, it's just all on top of each other.
He'll get a little closer look at it, sort of eye over, that kind of run his fingers over the runes. Interesting. This is a stone shield.
Yes, literally, like moss growing on it, and it has like that. You're not sure what it looks like, that nondescript, very hard, just gray stone that you sometimes just see around in ancient times. That stone it's made out of. But it's got moss kind of growing on it. These runes look like they were literally carved in, like they have like slightly varying depths. But they're definitely there, and they are just front and center. Well, front and center. They're going across the whole front of it.
And is this sort of like a tower shield, or it's a regular, like a standard shield? Like size wise?
It's the equivalent of, I think, like a buckler. A really thick one, but a buckler.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go look over. Interesting piece.
Let's see. The person behind the counter turns around, and it's an earth donase. And he's got like some little mushrooms growing off of little rocky out of his head, and some additional stuff. Very complexion. And he turns around, and his voice has like that gritty consistency of like kind of like that almost like gravel. He goes, I see you like that. That is the ruined shield of the Stone Guardian. That is. I will warn you not to, but nice. You get a lot of various and sundry things that come from this one shield, but
I missed a lot of that because of the cutting, but I'm sorry.
What happened? I'm sorry.
You cut out a bit during that.
It's the rune shield of the Stone Guardian. Lots of uses. It's not
what?
cheap. It is very expensive.
So he sort of runs his hands over the runes, and sort of calls out which each one is, showing that he can read. He can definitely read the language.
I
Oh.
didn't. I didn't know a tiefling could read Terran. That's interesting.
It's a trick I picked up. You never know when you might need to be able to read a secret message or a door that says "press this button and die" in some obscure language.
Ah, yes.
Dwarves. Mainly dwarves.
They do like to protect their goods. I will tell you that. So, are you quite interested?
Above table. What would this, if this was equating to a regular shield, what armor rating plus would it be? I currently have a +2 shield.
It's a very rare shield.
So probably +3 or 4.
No, AC +2.
AC +2.
Yeah,
Okay,
because it has other functions that it does.
Okay.
But because I will tell you, because it's a very rare, it's gonna be like 5K. So this is one of like the more elaborate ones that I pulled out, but there are other more affordable ones on the table too.
Yeah, he's gonna sort of tap. How much do you know about shields like this, ancient ones? There's one that I've read about.
Honestly, just what I get. This one I got it was actually my son a couple centuries ago, before roughly 40 years ago he met my mom. But other than that, I just sort of have what I have here. You see all sorts on the open seas. I depending, some of the good ones go up for auction every once in a while, in the port towns and other less savory places.
Have you ever found one that has a hand print emblazoned in the center?
High or low?
High.
Come to think of it, I think I saw something like that somewhere. It was in one of the bigger cities in Pindalin. It's been a little while, but it was after a rather large temple got ransacked during one of. It was up for grabs. I don't remember who, but it exists. It's out there somewhere.
He sort of like moves one of his parts of his armor and shows his tier emblem. Did the temple have this mark on it? Or wolf motifs?
It might have. I don't go to many of the normal places, religious offerings. I tend to go into the earth a bit and settle down among the stones. Much better company, if I do say so. People are strange sometimes.
Oh, he's like the two of them. Like, yes, people can be tend to be strange. It's 5 years ago in Pandora. Interesting. He sort of takes out his +2 shield and shows it to him. Very fancy, ornate look that it has in my picture. Do you think you have anything that might be able to compete with this as far as protection?
Well, maybe. I've got this. I've got this fell iron shield. It might do what you need. It's not as much. It's a tall one, not as much of that overt protection, but it does give you more maneuverability, and it's rather lightweight, if I do say. And it can also do a little bit of spell absorption if you need that kind of thing.
That might come in handy. Well, how much would that run me normally?
That one's not quite as bad off as this other one. It's not quite as rare, but you should be able to the fell iron shield for just about 2,000.
What if I were to offer to sell you this one in a matter of exchange?
In that case, I think I could part with it for that shield and 500.
I think that sounds fair.
Wonderful.
Well, I will be hunting for that. I am still hunting for the shield I mentioned. Something to add a little bit of flair to my repertoire is always appreciated. And tower shields are a particular favorite of mine.
Clearly. Paladins tend to like shields. I figured out that much.
Yes. He sort of kind of looks around in the other stalls. In your opinion, if someone was looking for a particularly powerful magical item, where might one look? You vendors seem to be quite tight-knit as it is. Everyone has their secret stashes and all of that.
Sorry, you're asking where the shopkeepers go to like hang out, like tavern wise?
He's asking does he know anyone who has particularly exciting? No, I did that wrong. I went to remove 500 gold and gave myself 500 gold.
Oh.
Yes, I get the shield and money. Let's remove 1,000. There we go. Okay. I'm bad at math.
Okay. You know, honestly, everyone on this range has some really interesting stuff, but I will say one of the things that you will not find anywhere else here, the Aarakocra make this weird air water.
Air water.
Try that before you leave. Otherwise, honestly, anyone up and down this strip is going to have some real weird stuff. There's a guy who has singing duck figurines.
Interesting.
Very cute. Very cute.
Jewelry. Magical jewelry. I recently had to part with some of mine.
That could be 2 boats over. There's some people that have some very lovely anything you can really think of. There's a few stones you'll never find, but they have some really lovely stuff specifically from Pendalin.
Excellent. He'll exchange the gold and hand over the shield, sort of. So he'll remove the fell iron shield and sort of carefully place his shield where it was, all sort of proud and I hope this brings you a fair amount of coin.
I hope you get it out of the new one you got there. Thank you very good.
Yes, he'll bow his head and then he can go look at the jewelry and then probably try that water and we'll leave with the others. So look at the jewelry and see if you can find anything fancy.
All right. So I think next time we're gonna do Alex and Zink's scenes as we wrap up everybody, probably like around the food area, kind of thing. Give you guys like a little bit more of just like chill time. We'll probably do that for about half the session, and then we'll get you guys actually to Pendalin in the latter half of the session. That's at least my goal. So for now, the last shot that we're gonna have is
Oh no.
surprisingly silly almost. But we we see Devotion walking away. We hear and we hear what sounds like some children whispering among each other. We don't see their faces. We just see like a couple of like the outlines of a couple of kids like hunkered down between a couple of stalls on either side. You think that's a good one? Yeah, look at all the shiny shit. He's got to be great for it. Yeah. Okay, if you guys think so, let's do it. And that's where we'll leave it for today.
You're gonna try and
I'm
pickpocket
about to
one
be
of us?
fucking. I'm
You're about to be pickpocketed.
I'm about to be pickpocketed by children. It's just like, it's just one of those things of like, oh no, those poor kids. I think if I was Oath of Conquest, for anyone not designated as a friend, Oath of Conquest has an aura of fear constantly, so that enemies are always afraid. I don't have that because I'm vengeance, but just like, oh, these poor fucking kids.
Meanwhile, I just got a key that can steal fucking bones.
I will steal your fucking bones. Okay.
Then that means that you can steal their kneecaps.
The way I thought it worked is when you turned it, it just sucked the bone into the key.
No.
I didn't know it pulled the bone out.
It's very simple. It is the ultimate skeleton key.
Exactly. That's
I'm
exactly the
about
point.
to become a
It's what it
menace
is.
to all of our future enemies.
There's a joke that can be made, and I know it's a
How?
bad one.
Are we gonna find the lance somewhere in this town?
The lance?
The lance I sent you? Oh fuck, it's here.
Oh no.
Maybe.
Hey, I got information on the fancier shield the Devotion is looking for. So yay.
I can legit. I came up with I realized something horrible. I could weaponize this key. During battle, if I get close enough to a person, I could just stick it against their thigh, steal their femur. They are instantly prone.
Where's my femur?
Where the fuck are my bones?
You could go worse. You could go directly for the spine.
Oh.
No, because I can't take the whole spine because it's individual vertebrae.
It doesn't matter. You take a vertebrae, they're going down.
True.
You're paralyzed,
I
dude.
could take the skull.
God!
Oh my!
Also,
God!
Also, looking at the shield, I can stab people with this shield.
Okay, I would think bones containing vital organs can't be stolen by the key.
I'm gonna
More
say
petty bones that I can steal, like a femur or a kneecap.
It's more of like your bones for limbs that don't contain the squishy parts.
Okay, so I can't steal anything from the head or the torso. Can I steal a collarbone?
Yes. Funnily enough, because collarbones are meant to break. That's why they break sleeves. Meant to. Yes,
Don't even go there, Chris. Don't even go there.
Look, I get queasy when it comes to bones.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
I've got plans for our enemies, guys. Leave it to me.
Excellent.
Why did I do this?
You cannot be trusted when shopping. You know this. If it's not me, it's one of them.
Like that. By the way, the skeleton key. I didn't like. That just came out of my mouth. I didn't like read that.
And now I wield it.
And now you wield it, and now we should all be afraid.
Chris, you may have to add that fell shield to my, because I apparently can't find it on the inventory. Can you
with that, we're gonna log off of Twitch here. Thank you for whoever stuck around, and I am sorry for whatever nightmares are gonna incur because of me. Thank you for watching us.
You're
Tune
welcome.
in next Friday for episode 82. Other than that, sleep well, have a great rest of your weekend, and is it Friday yet? We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.